All right, guys, here we go. This is what you voted to start with today. It's Destiny drama with Sneako, his friend Sneako, that said some mean stuff about the guy. You know, here's the thing. I mean, I have some mixed feelings on it. I see the title. I watched like a minute of this because I actually, like, when somebody sent it in the Discord, I was like, oh, I'll take a look at it for a second. It says, you're a deadbeat dad. Sneako attacks Destiny and gets extremely personal. It's like, okay. I mean, here's the thing. Here's I have a few things to say. Okay. One, this is what happens when Destiny doesn't have any regular friends. The only normal person that Destiny is friends with, from what I see, and I don't think I'm super in the Destiny lore. I know a little bit about it. There was this one time some fat guy actually popped into his chat in the middle of something weird, and it was super embarrassing for him. But that's all I know. I got like a 2 out of 10. But it seems like the only normal friend that Destiny has is Abba. Everybody else is like some weirdo. And so like this whole burning the bridge thing and things coming back and blah, blah, blah. Or then like that person or whatever, that him becoming friends with somebody and then the bridge getting burned. I mean, like, how many times do we have to see it? We got Hassan, Vosh, Sneako, Nick Fuentes, Mr. Girl, Lav. And that's all I remember. That's 6 people. That's 6. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, that's number one. It's like, you know, you make friendships with interesting people, and it seems like you're doing it for content, and that's fine. I'm not sitting here criticizing it necessarily, but it seems like you're looking for some content. And maybe everything is well-intentioned, but, like, obviously it can be difficult to be friends with people that you have adamant disagreements constantly and publicly, right? Like, if I have some family who are, like, you know, we have differences in opinion, but when we get together, we don't talk about it. We just eat food and we get fatter. But when you make a career on disagreement, some people maybe aren't mature enough to necessarily have those disagreements and maintain a friendship or, you know, whatever. That's number one. Number two, Destiny's a girl's name. What more? What more do I need to say? Number three. I know that Sneako kind of goes off and starts talking about Destiny and his relationship to his kid and this other thing. It's obviously meant to be malicious, duh. Sneako could have just asked Destiny about his personal situation with the conversation, like, what's going on with your kid. Point number 4, though, maybe Sneako is a little right, even though it's not meant to be right. He doesn't really care. He's just trying to dunk on Destiny. But listen, and I might be super ignorant, but my understanding is Destiny lives in Florida, and this kid lives in Nebraska. And I know that I'm sure he gives the kid plenty of money. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be speaking out of ignorance. I'm not privy to every aspect of Destiny's personal life. I've only been to a strip club once. But to me, it's like, yeah, like, why don't you live in the same state as your kid? You know, maybe he takes plane rides up every weekend to hang out with him and kiss him or whatever. That's weird. I don't even say that. What do you do? I don't know. I never read that. Maybe maybe he takes plane rides out and he goes and hangs out with his kid. I don't really know, right? Like, I don't know. I don't really know the specifics of it. But to me, you know, just on surface, it's like, why don't you live near your kid? Why don't you spend more time with your kid? You know, and then the real question, not to be rude, but what is the difference between you and, like, a dad without money, right? Like, is the only thing that you're super contributing the fact that you have lots of money to give the kid so he has a better outcome? Or are you emotionally available for your kid? Are you there personally with him? It is weird to talk about. I normally wouldn't, but this is the video content, right? So it's something I've always thought about. You know, and if you know, if you're not really around your kid that much or whatever, maybe there is a level of hypocrisy. But again, maybe I'm just wrong. So we're gonna watch this video. Let's just start. We've been rambling.
Destiny, you abandoned your child to go play StarCraft in Miami. Ooh. You left your kid back in Nebraska. Steve left his kid, and you talk about how red pillars are misogynist and have bad relationships. Where's your kid right now?
Probably with his mom.
Like, no, real talk. Like, I'm tired of you saying, like, oh, the smugness of being of thinking that you're morally better than us, that we can't have a good relationship.
That part is 100% true. That part is 100. It doesn't really matter, even if Sneako, even if Destiny is a deadbeat dad, he still is morally better than red pillars. They're like literal dog shit. They just fundamentally disrespect women. You know, there's a difference between being like a little bit flawed and possibly not being there enough for your kid, which again, there might be an explanation, we don't really know, versus having an entire ideology that centralizes around women being subservient to you. And, like, you know, that's it. They're just like prize pieces, just being disrespectful, not thinking of them as equal. Like, that's not the same exact, it's not the same thing. Right. So, like, you promoting that lifestyle is obviously wrong and it's ignorant, and none of you are married in the red pill sphere. and then you talk about how, and you somehow feel the need to talk about relationships, even though like you're all in your 30s, like, you know, fresh and fit, and you still can't have a long-term relationship because you're not mature enough to do it. So, you know.
But you're the one who's actually made a woman a single mom. You are the only one who's made a girl a single mom. Get the out of here, bro.
That's probably not true. Some of the other guys probably did that as well. They're just not as famous about it. Also, would you? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like there's different versions of single moms, right? There's the version of single, and again, you know, there's the version of single mom where like you're a single mom and you're working too hard and you love your kids and you never stop and your partner isn't there in the relationship, versus one that maybe is more present. And I imagine even if Destiny isn't as present as he probably could be, he's probably still present in some capacity. I mean, I hope so.
About smug? That's smug to feel like you're better than anybody. Where's your kid?
Ooh.
Nebraska rat, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting upset.
Nebraska, you call this kid a rat?
Bro, he's here saying like we're smug and all this stuff and saying.
So hold on, if someone says, "Hey, you're smug," you immediately call their child a rat.
No. He's a rat for leaving his kid, man. Someone needs to play catch with the sun. Chat, type a 1 if you want an IRL stream or we're playing catch with Nebraska's son.
Why does Destiny stay friends with these people? I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's the outcome he expects from this?
My decisions, all they do is criticize my morality, my decisions, what I do. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna constantly do that shit on me, say I'm not gonna be able to get married, say that I'm a fake Muslim, say that I'm drinking, say that I'm a liar, all this stuff. What the is going on with your life? I called out Aiden today too. Like, I could be drinking and gambling. I'm in the gym. I'm actually doing a self-improvement thing. I'm actually quitting things. That's
cool, but you're still like weaponizing Islam in order to try to virtue signal to an audience. Like, it's cool that you're going to the gym. That's awesome. Me too. My wife and I have been like actually we've been consistently hitting it for a couple weeks now. You know, obviously we need to hit it harder. We've been going outside doing like strongman stuff, and it was like a lot of fun because I have like a lot of strongman equipment. I have I have farmers, I have a yoke, I have a log. It's been a lot of fun getting back into it, getting healthier and stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with religion, you know. Being fake Muslim is not, and it's just a virtue signal.
Praying. Destiny, I'm actually working on becoming the best man I could possibly be so I can raise a family, so I can get married. These things are extremely important to me. So if you're going to criticize that, what the f*** are you doing?
But you're not a good man.
Yeah, the issue with, like, and I understand what... hold on, I'm trying to treat it like there's an intellectual argument and not just like an emotional outburst. But it's just an emotional outburst. I think the reason why I'm so critical of Sneako is because he uses and abuses the people in his life, and then he does it in, like, haram ways because he just wants credit. So, for instance...
yeah, didn't he, like... Yeah, this is the second time. Bro, I didn't even feel bad for Destiny at all, frankly. What was it? The last time, what did Sneako say? He was talking about how his wife wanted to fuck Sneako and trying to embarrass Destiny and call him like a cock and chip. Even though like Destiny was probably the only one defending Sneako through the whole actual cuck situation, or not actual cuck, but the open relationship thing, being like, oh, he was like actually really emotionally vulnerable, and like, and which I said as well, but I also said like he's an asshole, so who cares? It's funny to make fun of him. And then he like tried to like fucking play this whole game and embarrass. He's constantly going on other podcasts and talking shit about that. What's happening here? He's constantly going on other podcasts and like talking shit about Destiny. Why are you friends with this guy? Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. How many times can you get fucking swooped out?
Sneako wants to get all the credit from being Muslim. He wants to get all the social validation and all that from being pure and chaste and holy or whatever.
What the fuck is happening?
Why does he still have girls on his stream? Why is he in the background with 2 girls laying on him making out? The answer is because he still desperately craves that validation that he gets from other men when women are validating him in the space, right? You don't need to do that. There's no point. If you really truly believed about the Muslim shit, if you really truly believe about shit like that, why the f are you trying to show off women? That's not, is it halal? That's not holy. That's not chaste. That's not good, right?
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like if somebody makes mistakes, like here's something that so this is what I don't like. Here's what I don't give Sneako for. And I've heard these rumors a lot, and apparently Aiden repeats them. I hear a lot that Sneako gets caught slipping when he's out, when he's like drinking and shit. I don't know if that's true or not. But also like if he legitimately like makes a mistake and has a drink and he's off stream or some shit, you know what? Nobody's perfect. I wouldn't expect Sneako to be perfect. The issue I have is when he's desperately trying to collect social clout from both sides of an issue. You can't do that. And I don't think anybody should abide that. I think you should be called out for that. If you want to be Muslim and you want to be holy and not haram and all that shit, then fine, but don't brag or show off. Don't brag or show off like girls on your stream. Like that's haram. That's not good.
True.
Yeah, it's just not good. And then having friends close by in your life who are also doing that shit, like having Zerka like trashing women in front of you and all this shit. That's another thing that will always bother me so much. And again, nope, hold on, sorry. I was going to qualify that. I won't qualify that. A good conservative man, Melina actually said this perfectly to the MLD guy. Hey, you said you're a high value man. Why are you shitting on women? Why are you calling women fat? If you're a good conservative man, you respect women, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't be in the presence of somebody. You wouldn't have a close friend like that who just...
Yeah, I have a friend who's conservative, and like they're much more devout. They're much more like they're Christian, Catholic, whatever, and they're very they're pretty like to the T on it. God means a lot to them, and what he was talking about is like, yeah, the Bible basically does say the man is the leader of the household, of course. But like the leader is not better than anybody else, and they're supposed to be like a functioning, productive member in there, and they're supposed to be positively advocating for everybody and making the right decisions and not being disrespectful. And maybe that falls into that whole that's what a real Christian is supposed to do. His name is Gideon though, so I guess he's not a real Christian. No, but like it seems like everybody else just likes to use it. And fundamentally speaking, like those types of power dynamics can obviously lead to like some kind of oppression in the group that's not the leader. But that's what the ideal is supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be trying to go to. You're supposed to be, you're the leader of the household, but that's just another role with the same significance and same impact as the other roles, where like maybe the woman would traditionally be the caretaker and raise your kids and stuff, which I think is fair. Like, I mean, like raising kids is a lot, or birthing kids is such an interesting, incredible thing, and I don't think that we value it enough. It's weird. We'll be like, oh, men built everything, so men are better. Men should be able to vote. Women shouldn't be able to. But it's like women push actual human beings out of their pussies. I mean, that's like, as a man, that's your immortality. Like, you're gonna die one day, and your babies aren't. Like, so your teachings, that's like, why wouldn't you value that equally to brick building and stuff? It's so bizarre.
Just constantly degrading and screaming at women and calling them whores and joking about fucking 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds, constantly doing that over and over and over and over again.
What?
Without ever calling him out or holding him to task. And he does it. Sneako will never call Zerka out because Zerka is the strong man in the room that he's looking to emulate, that he's like imprinted on right now. But like, why?
Wow, that's a read. Holy garbanzo beans. I mean, that makes sense to me. Sneako seems like he's always, from the start of his career, been desperate to emulate what he perceives as like the best person or the coolest person. Like when everybody was glazing Sneako, I was like, oh, he's so young and he's so smart, this and the other thing. Not for nothing, and I didn't know him at the time, so it doesn't really matter to me. But he was most likely just emulating another content creator that was saying the same things, and he was just saying them to sound like smart. And he probably never had like a true understanding of what the fuck he was talking about, but he was good at pretending that he did. And then he did the same thing with Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit, and I guess Zerka's the next one on the block. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. He doesn't really have any independence as a person. It's mostly just like emulation of people who thinks are cool. So
why would you let him get away with that over and over and over again? I don't know why. Yeah, well, I know why, and the reason why is because like there's not very much conviction behind this particular belief system. But
well, yeah, and then the reason why is because it's entertaining for his stream of like a bunch of little kids. Like that's what it comes down to as well. And that's a big part of it too. He just wants to entertain. The problem is this. Oh, holy fuck. This is what a lot of anti-wokers, they want to do. They're just looking to appeal to like an audience that seems super base. Like, I'm not a sensitive person. Like, I'm a fucking asshole. That's cool. It's like, no, it's not. Joey Diaz does a good job of being an asshole and being cool. But he's also a fucking crazy fucking motherfucker that's like a drunk and everything, and just goes, Joe Rogan, why are you answering that question? Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really. I guess it's a weird thing. I guess it's a weird thing that Sneako feels like I'm calling out his like personal or private life, but I mean, I'm not really. These are just like the things that you're showing on stream. There are so many things. If I wanted to dig into private relationships, then I would start bringing up all the private shit that I'm aware of. But I don't do that because I don't think that that's necessarily fair game. But like one thing, for instance, like I guess I'll do this, like for the Lauren shit, the frustrating thing about Lauren coming out at Xena and then leaking that story that Xena said was fake about like Lauren hearing Xena crying and blah, blah, blah. I know for a fact that story was not fake because I know that
the Xena the Warrior Princess would never cry. I know this is a lie, dude. That's my favorite show. So
has done that at least 3 other times, and I know at least 2 other people who have witnessed it. So I know for a fact that story was real. Not to say anything at the time because it's not my place to get involved in like that personal shit because I'm not like in the business of like shit slinging your personal life. But I mean, like if we want to go like really personal, we can. You can bring up my kid all you want, and you can bring up my cuck status all you want. My life is totally open. My life is super open, right? When Zerka referenced that fucking, never mind. There's like I know so much shit, right? If you want to like try to dig out like the same 2 personal tags people have used for 5 years, like go for it. But your life is way.
Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, you got a 1 out of 10. I told you. Sometimes it's just those low periods. Who is Xena that you guys are talking about? Are you talking about that black girl, Patience Xena? Is that who they're talking about? Because she has pretty good music. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it before. Is that who you're talking about? This girl? Have you ever heard her music before? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But
way more secret. Now, here's the issue. This is the issue. There's another thing that's hard for people to understand, okay? Ordinarily, I don't care if your life is more secretive and my life is more public. The issue is, I generally don't come out with moral judgments for how people want to live a lifestyle. If some dude says, hey, I'm a cuckold, I like watching my wife get by other people, fine, go for it. Hey, as long as I don't hurt anybody, makes you happy, go for it. If some other dude is like, hey, I want to have 4 wives and I'll treat them with respect or blah 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 and this is my shit or whatever. Okay, fine. I think it's kind of weird. I don't know if I necessarily, but fine, go for it. If Myron, or Alex from whatever playing with fire, is like I do one-sided open relationships. I think personally, one-sided open relationships, I think they're pretty cringe. I feel like people in
who's John Cena, John Cena. Ah, yes. That's why we can't see that person. Okay.
Don't have much self-respect. That's just my feeling. But hey, listen, if you want to do it, if everybody consents to it, and I've said that a lot with Myron, I don't like the way that Myron necessarily approaches women, but he's open about it, he's honest about it. If he wants to do it, go for it,
I'm not a big fan of the way Myron approaches women either when he goes, I will have you on my show only if you have sex with me. It feels... It feels like it's in the realm of predatory behavior. Like that's some Harvey Weinstein shit right there. Because he had leaked text messages about that, I'm not a big, when he says things like, oh, if you were raped as a woman and you picked the wrong guy, it's your fault. I feel like maybe, the fact that you're friends with that person is frankly deplorable. I know it's just for content, that's one of the things that, but like it's kind of pathetic, I will say like there is a little, like, I don't know if I'd say like a huge hypocrisy. Because I understand what Destiny's saying. Sneako and Zerka will get on stream, and then Zerka will just be calling women like a ton of obscenities, blah, 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 blah. And they're friends, and he doesn't stop it, or he allows it to happen live, even though it's supposed to go against like him being Muslim. But, just being friends with somebody like Fresh and Fit, which is, that is somewhat similar. That's somewhat similar. You're friends with somebody who is a rape apologist that has tried to... use his position on Fresh and Fit to have sex with women. It's one thing to be like, I'm on Fresh and Fit, you want to fuck me? That's fine. It's another thing to be like, I'll only let you on the show if you have sex with me. It's in the same vein, kind of normal. As well, I'm not saying don't interact or have conversations, but it seems like you're friendly with this person. This is a bad person, right? Then there's also the factor that Destiny seems to be pretty into the idea of like, I guess a covert spy or something where he tries to go into these communities and break them down from the inside and stuff. But, it's something to think about, or something I think about, I guess sometimes, or at least right now. Like specifically, right? I think about it when I'm showering. Destiny, how could you? No, but it's a thought I've had before when I engage in some of this content. I don't think they're friends, just acquaintances. Maybe that's right. Maybe you're right. No.
So if you want to do it, let's go for it. That's the difference.
Xena's the girl who got Sneako's face tattooed on her body. Why? What? That's fucking crazy. Yes, Fresh would or Fit would be abusing his power dynamic by saying, I will only let you on my show if you have sex with me. It's disgusting behavior.
The difference, though, between me and Sneako is Sneako's coming out with this heavy-handed moral judgment. Your lifestyle is wrong. My lifestyle is right. So it's funny because Sneako keeps attacking me, saying that I'm trying to morally grandstand when I'm not. I'm usually looking for very basic things like, is somebody being harmed here? If not, there's no harm. I'm generally pretty, live and let live. Sneako's the one that's coming out here saying like, oh, you're not allowed to do that, or this is unethical, or you're destroying the world, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Is this real? Why would you do that? Oh, it's fake? She's a fake tattoo? Okay. Alright, that's funny then. That's funny then if it's fake. That's fucking crazy, bro.
So if that's the case...
Okay.
If that's the case, that I'm the one who's pretty chill, and you're the one with the moral judgments, if anything, you should have more of an open life than I should.
I can't wait to see the next video that Destiny posts, which is building the bridge back with Sneako. It's gonna be the next thing. Building the bridge with Sneako again. Oh, okay. What happened? So
good. because I'm willing to respect people's privacies and let people live the lives they live. If you're the one who wants to make the moral judgments, we should be talking about your personal life. How do you treat your girlfriends? How do you treat your personal relationships? Because I happen to know personally that they're a fucking disaster. All of them are, and everybody behind the scenes knows that. Everybody that goes to the after show dinners knows that. Everybody that's like been friends with him or people in his life knows that. It's like an open secret. Everybody knows that. But it's very annoying to have Sneako come out and like fight at me like, didn't you abandon your son? Doesn't your wife that like, yeah, I mean, like, you can say the same two things over and over again, but you're the one that's morally grandstanding. And like, if we were to start digging,
it is funny too, because Sneako always cries when people make fun of him for getting for having sex with like another person and the whatever, that whole thing that happened. So you'd think that you wouldn't want to throw that same stone at Destiny. Like, I don't really get it. It just kind of opens you up for that. But is that really like well known behind the scenes? I wouldn't doubt it. I think Brandon Buckingham was talking about something along the lines of that, like where he's just like fucking weird. Okay, cool.
Out your shit, like, bro, it would be over. Like, I mean, like, it would be game over. Like, people already have like minorly dug it out. So yeah, I don't know. I guess like that's like the irritating thing for me. And then he's like, oh, Destiny's morally grandstanding. I'm not morally grandstanding. I just think like some of the things you do are a little shitty, but like I'm not even like necessarily opposed to your lifestyle. Again, if Muslims want to have 4 wives, personally, I think it's kind of weird, but I mean, it can be done, and as long as everybody consents to it, fine. You know.
It's been like back and forth with drama with Destiny on Twitter, and it's been. So okay, I want to pull it up and show you guys what's going on, because I want to know if you guys think I made it too personal, but I will explain to you the justification why.
It's kind of funny that like I don't know, that's a weird thing to prompt your audience on. Hey guys, here's a really big moral dilemma question. Do you guys think I made it too personal? Like, why are you asking your chat? Shouldn't that be a question you should be able to answer yourself or with a close friend or something? Bro, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Why?
Also, he's getting mad and he wants to get personal over this tweet. Does this tweet count as personal? Like, I'm attacking his ideology the entire time. It's not like I'm...
What is that? I have to zoom in for it. Fuck women. Thanks, guys. You gave me... Oh, dude. That's actually funny. I have the screen open for something else. So I have to read it myself. I have to, like... Actually looks funny as fuck. I don't know if I would consider this a super personal attack, but kind of, probably. Yeah, he's like made his feelings hurt. Yeah, so it says fuck women. That's what Fresh and Fit say. And then Sneako's like, thanks guys, you gave me lots to think about. Then Andrew Tate says, converting to Islam to beat the Matrix in these charges. And then Sneako goes, thanks Andrew, you gave me a lot to think about. Then Nick Fuentes says something anti-Semitic. I'm not even going to read it. And then Destiny, Sneako says, thanks Nick, you gave me a lot to think about. And then Zerka says some more insane flat earther bullshit, and then he says, thanks, Zerka, you gave me a lot to think about. And every time something is posted, and they give him something, he changes himself to fit that in there. Basically, the idea is that Sneako is a backpack with nothing in it, and he just lets people insert their books and ideas into him, and he doesn't really have a frame of thought himself. This would be considered like a personal attack. Like, yes, this is personal. You are literally, you are not going after his ideology. You are shitting on, and by the way, he deserves it. But like, let's not pretend that this isn't a personal attack against Sneako. This is literally calling him a vapid waste of fucking space that has no independent thoughts, feelings, or anything. And he just emulates the people around him that he thinks are cool. Because Sneako thinks forms of like unintelligence and violence are basically cool. So that is a personal attack. I don't know what you're talking about.
Personal over this tweet. Does this tweet count as personal?
Yes.
Like, I'm attacking his ideology the entire time. It's not like I'm bringing up like personal This is a good comic. It's not like I'm bringing up like personal relationships.
It's personal. You're trying to shit on like this. You should have known. That's funny though. It is funny,
right? It's just him. Like, he copies the Fresh and Fit ideology.
He does.
He copies the Andrew Tate ideology. He's copied Ryan Dawson and Sneako's ideology. Before this, he copied Patrice O'Neal's ideology. Now he's copying like Zerka in the room. This Jesse Lee Peterson is
Oh, there's a Jesse Lee Peterson one too. That's funny.
At the end is a meme, obviously. But maybe it's like personal and that like it makes him feel bad. But like none of this is like bringing up like super personal shit. Like, these are like the public positions, public statements, public.
Do you think that Destiny just has like fucking brain rot and can't like engage with normal friends? You know what I mean? Like, is he just so terminally online that he just like struggles to understand like friendship boundaries? I wonder, because there's no way that you didn't think that was personal. Like, I get the point he's making. Well, it's not like super personal. It's not like private personal stuff. It's everything that's public, but it is like an insult you wouldn't expect a friend to say to another friend. So yeah, Sneako getting like fucking butthurt by it, and having a disproportionate response, which is shitting on, you know, your kid or whatever. Yeah, that's obviously wrong. But yes, like, Like it's personal. There's nobody who don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I do know. These aren't like personal attacks.
Yes, they are. They are personal attacks. They're right, but they're personal attacks.
Why I went there.
Who'd you rip that meme from? Somebody emailed me the comment.
Email? What the fuck are you, fucking 80 years old? What the hell's the matter with you?
So Destiny posted this meme, which I think is funny, actually.
Well, obviously you didn't.
Stop leeching off Aiden. Okay, fine. If you don't want, I'm not gonna leech off Aiden, bro. He was the one talking about me in full set and lying about me. So, okay, but Destiny has been coping ever since he lost the debate against Nick, and this is a meme about me he found from his Discord. Probably found it.
Bro, that's such a funny thing. I find that to be funny because I was actually I caught like a little bit of a. I think I was just chilling and watching his stream, and I didn't post anything. What am I talking about? I was talking to that guy Q. I think is his name. I think we watched like the conversation with him once. In there, that was kind of funny. It was when what that one Blue dropped him off. Right. Anyway, he was in there talking about how Destiny like lost the conversation and whatnot. And it's funny when people say that because it's not true. You know, I guess from like an optics perspective, like sure you can make that argument because all Fuentes did is just talked over Destiny, didn't let him speak. But I would say even not optically, like he didn't win, or Fuentes didn't win either. He just kept trying to steamroll, which is like a very unintelligent way to operate. And people, I guess, are so stupid they can't identify that. So that's where that comes from. But I keep seeing people say that. It's just not true. It's weird that you think that. You have to be a really stupid person to think that Fuentes won that conversation. But
he was debating, looking through his Discord for moral support. But he says, fresh and fit, fuck women.
I love the looking through his Discord for moral support. When one, I don't even use my Discord. I could be charitable to him and say DGG chat. But two, I don't really do it with DGG chat either. He's projecting from him because that's what he does. He'll go through his Discord being like, guys, give me a meme. Guys, can you do this? He had Fuentes like on Telegram, like tweeting out his shit. Like he's like posting stuff like in his Discord, like asking for likes and retweets and shit. Like it's funny that that's actually what he does. But yeah.
Thanks, guys. You gave me lots to think about. Andrew Tate converting to Islam to beat the Matrix in these charges. Thanks, Andrew. You gave me lots to think about. Nick, you know the
house wait
are behind us being canceled. Thanks, Nick. You gave me a lot to think about. Now I'm dressed as Muslim. Before that, I'm dressed like the Miami guy. Then Zerka, the Freemasons don't want you to know the Earth is flat. And then I said, thanks, Zerka. You gave me a lot to think about. And I'm wearing a hat with an X crossed over the
house wait.
And then Jesse Lee Peterson, amazing. Thanks, Jesse. You gave me a lot to think about. Now I'm a conspiracy theorist because Zerka. So basically, they're like making a joke saying I'm impressionable.
Yes.
Ryan says, you talked to Rome CEO. Yeah, we've talked about him. So I responded, I said, now draw the one where Destiny tells me to abandon my son to play StarCraft in Miami. Because, and this is
if he did that, that would have been funny. If he made the meme and had that proportionate response, Sneako would have came out of that with like an epic W on that one. Not for nothing. Like that's the thing is that like that would be proportionate. It's like, okay, you want to make a comic about me? I'll repost the comic, but I'm going to add the part in there about like how you don't really. And again, I don't know if Destiny gets into the specifics, but it doesn't seem like he's as there for his kid as he could be. I also just could be wrong. You know, but if he just added that and left it there and didn't make like a whole cope on his stream, that would be funny. That would have been very funny. He would have been like, that would have been like a proportionate response. And that would have actually been great if he just put it on his Twitter. But, you know.
The reason I took it like kind of personal, I've avoided this topic because, you know, it's very sensitive to talk about fatherhood stuff. But like the guy, that's what he did, you know? That's what he did. So what really bothers me when these people get on their moral high ground about other...
So like, again, to reiterate, get on their moral... None of this is like on a moral high ground. I'm just criticizing his ideology.
Does Destiny actually like talk about the son or anything?
I don't know, like what... Unless we want to take like the sense of like everything is moral, or like if you criticize a person's political position or make fun of them for like copying people, that's like a moral high ground, I guess? I don't know.
Other people, especially like the leftists, they'll always play the moral high ground thing because that's what leftism is. It's thinking that they're better.
And then this too, and now he webs to reinforce like because he doesn't really have ideas about me, or he's scared to engage with what I say, or he can't. I might like intellectually be at a level that he like can't access, right? So now it's just like Destiny, leftists think this thing and it's really bad, and here are the things that the leftists think, and I think that leftists are bad and dumb, and because leftists think it's like okay, yeah, he like switches, he's like looking for like the program to run it, like
because conservatives don't do like a similar thing. They don't have a moral high ground argument. Like constantly everything is you're grooming our kids, and from fucking conservatives, like the existence of trans and gay people is grooming our kids. Like that's obviously bullshit, and that's what conservatives are saying all the time. But like let's just talk about how only progressives have bullshit moral high grounds. They do, but it's both. Everybody does.
Destiny, leftist, progressive bad, WEF bad, insects bad, like yeah, it's just like
insects.
Okay.
Is this Schroeder?
Than other people because they're more empathetic, they're more moral. You guys know what I'm talking about? Have you noticed that like with the climate change people who glue?
Like, when do I ever argue that I'm more moral? Like, I don't know. Again, I guess like if you want to get reductionist and say like all things are morality.
Me,
I mean, I guess we could.
Punch me,
go really hard. We could say that, but dumb. He says moral high ground because your criticism is moral position aren't sincere, right? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna grant that. If you want to say that, that's retarded. If you think you're retarded, but I know you're like you have conservative brain, so maybe. But when somebody says moral high ground or moral grandstanding, generally what they're saying is that your behavior is reprehensible and they're more moral in that regard than you. It's hard to focus on the camera. So like an example of like moral grandstanding might be like I pay my employees way more than you do, right? That may be an example of like moral grandstanding. But I don't think that criticizing somebody's ideology. Nick also does this to you. Well, yeah, sure. I'm sure that it's probably. I think Nick and Zerka are probably like whispering a lot of things in Sneako's ear. So right now, what I'm hearing is right now what I'm getting a lot of.
Sneako is the YouTube Kanye West. Very malleable. Can't really hold a constructive thought, and full victim. Like everything when you look at Sneako, and like the way that he operates his ideology, it's just what the fuck. Wait, I made it Hispanic again. I made it French. Is that he operates based on a victim complex. So everything is like something bad happened to me. I'm gonna filter the entire world through that. Oh, I got banned on YouTube. That means that there must be some conspiracy matrix. It has nothing to do with there's no accountability for my actions. Like there's nothing that I possibly could have done that would have gotten me banned. You know, sexually harassing that other creator and being constantly annoying, and then basically doing ban evasion so that I got permanently banned. Like that would obviously not constitute as something that would be justifiable to get rid of my page. It's a victim conflict, so he operates there first, and then he'll just take everything that like he will go with that. And now he's in like a full conspiracy sphere. So that's pretty much all it is.
It's probably a lot of things that that Nick Fuentes and Zerka have whispered to him, and now he's kind of like repeating them because now he's
really well, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Their hands to the street, and then you have the police come and have to peel it off. How dare you? That's leftism. How dare you? How dare you not think exactly like me? Throws paint on a statue.
Like, it's so funny. He says, how do you
it's funny because it's like, how do you not think like me? But this guy literally will just like berate women and people who disagree with him the second, like he does this exact same thing. Like I don't know what he's talking about. He does the exact same fucking thing. He has a meltdown. This guy was coping on his stream again with Nick Fuentes the other day about me. Like, and just saying weird shit. He's a weird guy. Actually, I'll bring it up. I'll just show you because somebody sent it to me. They're like, Nick Fuentes and Sneako were talking about it. I was like, all right, sure. Like, let me see. I'm curious. And he clipped it for me. Let's see. This is the.
I had a debate with this.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get this in here. Here we go. Here we go. So he saw a fat guy on the stream, and then he with the beard. So it reminded me of him of me.
I had a debate with this guy, like Papa something, whatever, this giant fat dude. I'm arguing with him. I'm like, bro, you have stuffed animals in the back of your room.
I'm arguing with him, and I'm like, oh, bro, you have stuffed animals.
Like, and his wife walked in, like.
Apparently my wife walked in, by the way. I don't know where that came from, because she didn't.
Why am I arguing with a grown man that has toys in his house?
With a man-child.
It's just, it literally, and everything about it.
And Fuentes knows who I am, too. Like, people have asked him about me as well. I've seen it before, but.
If what you look like can describe your entire worldview, if I can take one look at you and know your opinions, you don't have an opinion.
Yep. Yeah, you're an NPC. I mean, I know it's overused, but it's just true.
Bot.
Bot.
Nope, nah. Bot answer, bro.
Bot answer. What's funny about that is what he forgets to tell people is that afterwards he clipped that conversation and put it on TikTok, and he got dumpstered by his own audience because they remembered who I was and how I'm like an edgy fucking asshole. And like not a single person actually thought that he like won that conversation. He ended up leaving twice like a crybaby. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But this dude is crazy, man. He's like a baby. Oh, you have stuffed animals. And like, you know how, like, if I decided to get rid of my stuffed animals and my toys and shit behind me, my Funko Pops, my figurines, because Sneako said so, that'd be gay. Oh, another man said, get rid of the stuff in the background. Why should I care? I mean, you're not even a man. He's like a little boy. Why would I care about that? Yeah, let me listen to this little kid, this little boy, and like change my entire like. Oh my god, the small kid thinks that I'm like a what does it fucking matter? It's like weird. You know, I don't flip my ideology on a whim because somebody said like something was bad or good. I make decent money and I like buying stuff and I like putting it in the background of my videos. Okay, that's pretty much it. So
I think exactly like me, but that's what he thinks, right? If you're not like him, you're immoral. If you lead alternate lifestyles, you're immoral. If you don't, follow the whatever religious creed, I don't even know how he feels about Christians and shit. I'm not sure. But like, it's funny because he's the one that is of the religion that has the moral judgment. How do you avoid getting steered from the voices around you? It's a lot. There's a lot of work that goes into that. I need to make a video on that.
So if you're gonna go and say that I'm never gonna be able to get married, which is what he's saying that I'm never.
I'm not saying, and he doesn't understand when I say he's not going to be able to get married. I don't know if he understands the attack I'm making on him. The attack that I'm making is that he doesn't live a life that comports to the values that he claims to have, that he wants credit for having, and that he seems to be
loud,
other
Destiny.
people to.
Jesus
so
Christ.
For instance, he's on this Muslim kick so much, like it's all so good, blah blah blah.
He's only on the Muslim kick because he thinks he can marry multiple women. That's pretty much it. He's a kid. That's it. And he's never going to grow up because he's rich, so.
I don't even know how much he knows about Islam or any of that shit. But, like, the reality is there are no Muslim fathers that would promise their daughter to a fucking man, that pretends to want to have 4 wives, is, like, bragging about, like, threesomes and shit and having girls on stream all the time and, like, shitting on women and calling them all whores. Like, no, like, reasonable father of a conservative woman is going to, like, promise their daughter this guy. You're holding other people to a standard that you yourself are horrendously failing to meet. It's not a comparison to myself. I don't think any Muslim fathers would want their daughters marrying me.
Ever going to be like no father's ever going to want to marry his daughter off to me. Let's look at you. I'm sick of these moral high ground people. Always talking about how they're superior. All right, fine. You're going to say that Andrew Tate's a human trafficker. You're going to say that all the people that I like to.
Do you see the web thing?
What? Well, just to be clear, he is, right? Like we have to like actually be intelligent about this. If you want to say, "I'll wait for the trial to be over to make any judgment," that's fine. But based on the things that Andrew Tate has said, he is a trafficker of women, sexual. He is a sex trafficker. Like, we're kind of beyond the, like, I don't really, it's like it's just that is just where we are at. Even Elon Musk came out against him. And this is a pizza alien. And this is where we're at. This isn't a thinking thing. This is really more of a knowing thing. There's a 2% chance you're wrong. And that's overselling it.
What else does Andrew Tate? Like, what does Andrew Tate have to do with any of this? What does whether or not he's a trafficker have to do with any of this? Like, why even bring that up? Like, what?
Speak to, you're going to say that they're bad people. Let's look at you.
What's happening?
Right.
Am I supposed to kill these things? Or?
You abandoned your son to play StarCraft in Miami. And so he responded again.
Actually, by then it was League of Legends, okay?
This made him upset because, like, it did pretty well. He responded again, thanks, he gave me lots of time, right?
This is so cringe, what the fuck?
You abandoned your son to play StarCraft in Miami. And so he responded again, this made him upset because, like, it did pretty well. He responded again, thanks, he gave me lots to think about.
First of all, none of Sneako's tweets will make me upset because they don't typically do well. Wait, does anybody have a link to the guy that showed the bots? Sneako generally, he's got, like, the Griper assist right now. So, hold on. Let me see if I can find this video. These are the likes that Sneako gets on his on his fucking Twitter. Bro, I swear to God, I'm like the only person on these fucking platforms that doesn't fucking bot. I think this is why podcasts that I go on do so well. I think I'm like the only person that doesn't have like a fucking botted following, like on any of my fucking platforms. Because why would I waste the money on it? But yeah, imagine like, bro, this shit is fucking wild. Like, is this what's upsetting me?
Bro.
Who's here?
Oh my God.
Bro.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Who is that?
Now you know how I feel, bro. What you just said.
Oh, train wrecks.
Bro, listen, I don't want to be schizo and shit, man, but I'm telling you, everyone is botting.
They are, dude. I've met so many more people.
I like how Train Rex was watching the whole thing, and then he only pops in when the botting shit comes out because he's got like a personal gripe with it because he feels like everybody else is botting. Maybe they are. Maybe people like Trainwrecks and Destiny just don't appeal to like the general populace, you know? Same here though. I mean, fuck, man. I've been going through like an existential crisis. Like, what do I want to do? Like, because I was like, should I just get back into TikTok? I feel like it probably could be, you know, successful like I was before, especially now. Things don't seem to be monitored very well on TikTok. But people with like posting like legitimately fucking porn and shit and get away with being a little edgy. But then I'm like, do I really want to do that? I don't know, dude. It's fucking crazy. It's too much. Maybe I'll just do clips again. Some of those do it all right. I just have to have my fans send me clips or something, or fucking help me on that. I don't know.
Now that I know we're botting on their different accounts.
Bro. You don't understand the world I've been in these last 4 months. No one believes me. Everyone is botting, and they're not just stopping on Twitch or Kick. We're talking Twitter. We're talking
they do
Reddit.
Instagram and shit. Yeah.
No, Instagram and TikTok. That's a given. Like they can't even. If they deny that,
this is.
I don't know what to
guys.
say.
Holy shit! It's just
brother,
2 minutes.
It's Destiny. It's everywhere, bro. Like I am, bro. I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind, Destiny. Like I just had a conversation about you. I was going over people who I don't think do, and it was just like 2 hours ago. You were one of them.
Thanks, bud. I try
You're
my
one of the
hardest.
only ones. No, you're one of, because listen, your numbers all make sense. They go down when you change content. They go up when you do your main content, right? You have fluctuations. Your Twitter posts make sense with your size of your streams. Your core community makes sense. Your Discord's massive. Like, everything makes sense. My numbers, same thing. Everything makes sense. But if you look at some people, bro, not even some, all of them, nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. There's no like, nothing is proportionate. It's oh my god.
I mean, maybe they're right, but I feel like things are so wild on social media constantly. I just feel like it's probably not botting. Maybe some people are botting, but I feel like most of it's probably like people just find these other people entertaining and whatnot. And they have like highs and lows that are like really drastically high and really drastically low, and like someone like Destiny and probably Trainwrecks, which are pretty consistent. Their highs are higher and their lows are lower, but not as high or low as other people's highs and lows, because they're very consistent. They have like strong, like long-term communities and shit, right? Does that make, if that makes any sense? I think it makes perfect sense. I think it makes lots of sense because I said it.
Oh my god, bro. I lost my
there are like people that who tweet like pretty frequently who have YouTube channels with like over 500,000 views, and their Twitter will be like 3,000 followers with like 500,000 something. They're no bullshit, guys.
Yeah, but that's probably just because they don't really focus too much on like that. You know, those are different platforms that have to be grown, and if you don't really grow those platforms, like, you know what I mean, like, then obviously you're not going to get as many bumps on Twitter. So
Remember him? He was one of those people. He had like Brooks or something. He had like 3,000 followers on Twitter, despite using his Twitter account semi-frequently. And I think he had like almost 1 million subs on his YouTube channel, right? But yeah, people are wild.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like people think.
it makes
Listen,
perfect sense.
when you're that large of a creator, my size, your size, any size, if you're 15K to 30K viewers, that's a massive amount of, that's a massive size. Do you understand? The number of people you have coming in and out daily is in the hundreds of thousands of uniques.
Yeah, for sure.
So the people that have no footprint anywhere but that stream, it makes no sense, because if you have loyal people coming from other platforms to this platform, to to the level of hundreds of thousands of uniques daily, you're going to see some sort of footprint, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere. But there was almost no correlation. There's almost no, or whatever the word is. I haven't slept all day. You don't see it? No, bro. I'm telling you, everyone is botting, and it's not just view count. It's Twitter likes. It's Reddit. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, and it's so fucking sickening. And the worst part is, the one thing I've been battling these last 4 months is the discoverability stuff. These people who are view botting, right? The people who are doing these things, they make it so hard to make a fair discoverability system, because, right, in a sense, they're manipulating it, and it's so fucking frustrating, bro. And no one believes me. They think I'm fucking crazy. People just think I'm crazy because everyone has plausible deniability, right? They just say, oh, someone's doing it to me. So it's like, bro, a harasser is not spending thousands of dollars every day for 6 years straight.
Yeah. I still like my favorite moment in Twitch history. I think you were there for this, right? My favorite moment in Twitch history was the day the viewbots died. Do you remember that? It was like it was like 5 or 6 years ago. And no, it wasn't just that nobody was live. It's that people started to go live, and then we're like, oh, I feel sick today. I don't think I can stream today, guys. There were so many big streamers that turned their shit on. Masan, I remember, from Hearthstone, was like a 5-figure streamer. He had like, I think like 1,000 viewers, and he was like, oh, I'm feeling sick today, guys. Oh my god, there were so many streamers.
Wow, that's a real thing. That's fucking wild. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, holy shit, that was bro, that was the funniest fucking day in the world. A lot of flus that day. A lot of 1 and 2 day flus.
Yep.
Hey,
it's bad, bro. It's really fucking bad. And the worst part is, man, like, it feels like people are getting rewarded from it.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost as if they're being incentivized to do it. And it just, like, it's such a shitty feeling. Like, I wouldn't care if it wasn't affecting me. I wouldn't care. I would just do my own thing. I know, my shit's good. But it's getting to a point now.
Is that a real thing, though? Because, like, I don't want to get, like, lost in the sauce. I don't want to, like, but there are some people where, like, my lives, they do, I mean, I like my live streams. I get, like, I get, like, a good engagement from you guys. Like, you guys talk pretty consistently in my chat. Weirdly enough, I'll get, like, similar or more viewers on Twitch, but I get, like, a third of the fucking, like, messages. It's so annoying. I like the interactivity. It's not annoying. Like, people have different ways to interact. But I like the YouTube audience. But then I see other people who get like less views than me go stream, and they get like 5 times the viewers. And it's like, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's so weird. Maybe it's because I just stream so much compared to those people. It's just bizarre. I like the intimacy of my streams, though. They're fun. But they wouldn't be view botting. That would be silly goosery. Now I'm getting lost in the sauce. I'm getting lost inside of the sauce.
Industry where it's affecting my business, right? Because if you have 5 people that are my size around, and you have people who don't.
There are 5 people that are my size. They're gonna put a McDonald's out of business. Well, actually, they would probably just close the store for the day, but they would eat a lot of the food, so they wouldn't put them out of business per se, right? So.
Understand what you and I might understand being in the industry so long, right? About, you know, numbers and, you know, community strength, conversions, right? Because people with view bots don't have these things. They just have the number that, and they have nothing behind it. So it's like the people who don't understand that, they start equating your number with their number, but their number is all bullshit. So that's when it starts coming into my business, infecting my business, and that's why I care about it now so much, because it's just like, what the f.
Yeah, the problem with bad behavior is that oftentimes it gets socially reinforced, and unfortunately, sometimes there are social punishments for not following it. So like, for instance, like, so I'll be really critical about girls using a lot of filters on Instagram and shit, or, you know, wearing a ton of makeup or plastic surgery, right? However, it's easy for me to be critical of that, but if girls don't do that, oftentimes you get a lot of negative feedback because you're not doing whatever they
All right, Destiny. You don't have to make it, you don't have to get all fucking woke and defend women. Oh, sometimes people will sometimes I'll criticize a woman for wearing too much makeup. That doesn't happen. This guy is literally a female stripper. And then, but then people will get, you know, they won't do as well. They have to do it. It's part of the game. Get out of here with this fucking woman bullshit. We don't need to always talk about how women are oppressed, okay? Let's talk about normal things like how women are stupid. That's just my opinion.
So yeah, there'll be like these social reinforcements that kind of encourage everybody to do the shitty behavior. Because like, do you want to be the one person not viewbotting and be the loser with like the low audience and shit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't care if I. That's a little weird. I mean, even before he's like, the Sneako thing doesn't bother me when he posts on Twitter about me, because he doesn't do very well on his Twitter anyway. So it's like, it's just a weird thing to say. So if he did well on his Twitter, would you get more upset? Like, how does it work? I don't know. It's interesting focus, but you know, we all want views. I'm just saying. I don't think it makes somebody a loser necessarily. Maybe I'm just coping because I'm a fucking loser with low views.
Yeah, that argument, that last part you just said, you want to be the loser that's not.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Do you think if I kept growing my old channel, you would have some chats with Destiny? No, probably not. Like, you can have a chat with Destiny even if you have like no followers. You could have reverse followers. You could have negative followers, and Destiny will talk to you. So it has nothing to do. I just have nothing of interest to talk to Destiny about. Like, what do I want to talk to him about? Hey, Destiny, do you like jazz? You like jazz, Destiny? You know, what am I supposed to talk to this guy about? And I'm like, Destiny, why do you say the R slur so much? It's such a meanie bobini word. Like, what do you want me to talk to this guy about? Fucking Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms? I don't know.
Because I'm sitting there, right? Like, for example, me, right? You know, when I'm sitting with 12 to 14K viewers on Kick, like, I know deep down I'm one of the 2 largest creators on the platform, right? Like, I know it. But then when I, you know, go outside of myself and I look at the sidebar and it looks like I'm the 20th largest creator, yeah, it does kind of feel like shit knowing that I grind and I put in the work and I have a real 14K versus everyone else's fake 30K.
Or maybe they just have a real 30K and they're just more popular than you. I don't know. I feel like this comes from the fact that Trainwreck has been a creator for such a long time, and that people like that have not been there for as long are doing better than him in some ways, and he takes that personally rather than taking that as like, the fact that like Trainwreck, how long has this guy been streaming for? Let's say at least 10 years, probably more. That's crazy that you're doing, like, just being, I don't know. I feel like there's like that person that at 30K probably has a real 30K that just isn't going to last. Like, even me, like, I've been consistent like with my streams at about 150 to 200K, 200, not K. What the fuck are the K's coming from? Maybe kilograms, because I'm so fat. For the past like couple of years, right? And then I see people that like I saw on TikTok that have like thousands of viewers 2 years ago that have like 20 now. Like, level consistency, I think, is pretty big. Like, I think that's something to be valued, you know? So, because a lot of people just won't stand the test of time, you know? I'm very fortunate that I've been able to stay, like, pretty reasonably, like, and when I say relevant, I mean, like, I can make a solid, decent living off of this. But, like, the past, since I started, really, like, 3 years, you know? I think there's something to that. Most people couldn't say that they make decent. I mean, I make above the national median. That's all I'll say. You know,
right?
Yeah.
So it does feel like shit, but I'm still not going to give a fuck those pussies.
250 kilograms is not 550 pounds. Okay, because I have to do the math myself just to prove you wrong in the chat. I'm going to get stunned locked in the chat. Fuck, you're right. God damn it. How the fuck are you right, dude? Whatever. You're banned from the chat.
Realistically, on the other end, like, I think for the filters and the things you're bringing up, my opinion on it is, I think you're right that you know, mentality where everyone's doing it and you're not. But I do have to say, that's one of those things that in the long run, I think you're fucking yourself, because
Well, everybody's fucking themselves in the long run, but the social
You're wrong. You're wrong. It's 551.156 pounds. I knew you were wrong. This is 550. Not even close. So loser.
That has to be short term, right?
Yeah, but bro, like that. Once you rely on that, that has to cause, it's a band-aid solution, right, for the short term. Because in the long term, whatever insecurities you have just been intensified, in my opinion, right? Because eventually, let's say you end up meeting someone. When you meet someone in real life and they see you look completely different, we're talking head shape differences.
Yeah,
we're
but
talking
now
eye
I don't know
shape
how much of these
differences.
like red pill space you follow, but like,
What the hell are you talking about? By the way, what's really interesting is that if you met me in real life, you'd probably be surprised because on the internet, like especially the way my camera angle is, you probably think I look like a big fat fucking idiot, which I am, by the way. But I probably look like a real neckbeard fat fucking idiot, which is partially true. But for the most part, I'm actually like I'm 6'4". Like I look like a fucking racist redneck. On stream, I look like a fat neckbeard idiot Discord mod, and in real life, I look like a racist. So that's something interesting to know about, like a big racist guy. So I don't know which one is worse. I kind of don't win. I don't win when it comes to people making assumptions about me. But hey, that's life, man. That's life.
now for a lot of these guys, like the expectation is
My thoughts on Destiny generally is cool. That's it. He's a cool guy. The way I like to try to do thoughts on people is like very realistic, right? Like for me, my thought is like if Destiny wasn't like a terminally online debater, would I think he was a cool guy? I'd be like, yeah, probably. Like if we worked together in like where I used to work, like at the bus company together, I probably think Destiny was a decent, cool guy. But since we're all exclusively having conversations about fucking politics and shit, you're obviously going to run into a bunch of disagreements and social issues. You're going to constantly run into disagreements because like that's not something people normally will do. So that's just the focus of it. So that's how I look at it. There's things I don't like. I don't like the R-slur stuff. But like whatever, it is what it is, kind of a thing. I just make sure that's my new protest. Is I just go whoa every time someone says it. So and I get mixed opinions. Some people are like, "Papa, that's so annoying. Shut the fuck up. Stop doing that." Some people say like, "I love it when you do that." Right? So, that's the demons in my head say that. So I just listen to those instead.
literally that even when you're like around the house, your girl is supposed to be wearing like full on fucking makeup, like at all hours of the day and shit. So for a lot of people, they just might never expect to see somebody, that's not like totally 100% kitted out,
Yeah, he's kitted out. That's funny. I think he means looks like a kid because they're hairless. Listen, here's the reality of women and stuff is that like women grow body hair and shit, and like you just need to get used to it, fellas. I'm not kidding. Like, women, they might have a little mustache and a little this and a little that. You're not used to seeing it because like most girls are going out of their way to stop, like not look like that. But the reality is that that's what happens, and like just I don't care. My wife, like, she keeps herself up, keeps up with herself, but sometimes, dude, having a bad week or something, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. As long as, like, when my wife and I go out and, like, we are looking to have a good time, we both dress presentable and we both, like, do, put that work, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, that's my, like, fucking, that's my little wildebeest. No, I'm just kidding. She's not that bad. But no, women, they fart. They got a little bit of body hair. It is what it is, bro. Sometimes I kind of like the body hair. I'm just saying. Not to tell my wife not to shave her armpits, but that's a conversation for another day. Because, I'm a little bit of an animal. It kind of turns me on a little bit. All right, oversharing. But, it is what it is, guys. You should just get used to it and understand that. Because you can't expect, your girl to be walking through the fucking house looking like perfect all the time. It's just ridiculous. It's just dumb as shit. It's life.
Is that real?
Yes.
I'm gonna say this, and I might just be old maybe, but I prefer, like, I personally, okay, let me make a clarification. If it's somebody I care about, I prefer no makeup. Like, that's what I mean, it's up to them, whatever they want to do, I accept them as they are, but like, I prefer no makeup if it's someone I care about. And if it's, a one night stand or some shit, then obviously, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like a lot of makeup. I've always been like that. My wife will wear like a little bit of like eyeshadow and like stuff once in a while, but nothing super crazy. I'm just not a huge fan. Whoa, dude, don't throw your balls at me.
Look your best. I'm saying. But
I thought I fucking
like,
that shit.
As far as it goes for, someone I care about, I think no makeup's the way to go.
Oh, fuck, I keep trying to like time this better.
How about you? What do you prefer? You don't really care? Indifferent?
No, I mean, like, I'm generally the same. But I've also, like, I've lived with, like, women my whole life, so I know what to expect.
Oh, that's because you are a woman. Because the Destiny's a girl
To be
thing.
fair, I don't think makeup's an issue. Like, makeup's fine. Because,
Okay, relax, dude.
I think makeup's fine. I think the filters have gone fucking out of hand.
Filters and the surgery are, like, the two insane things today.
Bro, the filters are wild. Like, listen, when I say head shape difference, or head, like, brother, we're talking like completely different head shapes.
That's wild.
For pictures versus in real life. We're talking
We're talking about Minecraft versus Roblox. Okay, that's how different everything is. It's fucking crazy.
Completely different human. Like those shows, Catfish from back in the day, where it was a picture of a random person and the person was completely different.
That was boring.
I'd say it's the equivalent these days of the
Actually,
same person with a filter showing up without the filter, right? So before it was a different person using someone else's picture, and I'd say today's equivalent is the same person using a filter. Do you understand? Versus not having one in real life. Like, that's how dramatic the filters are. Does that make sense?
Wait, hold on. Okay, where were we? I don't even remember where we were.
Again, this made him upset because like
Why the fuck did you leave that whole thing in there, Destiny? What the fuck was that? Oh, okay, whatever.
pretty well. He responded again. Thanks.
I watched the debate with Destiny and the girl that sells vagina weights.
Lots to think about. Tried to get the ratio, could not get the counter ratio. So instead, he tweeted again.
No.
I love the bragging with the bot accounts. That's just funny, and with the whole Groiper help too. That's pretty good.
Posted this meme again from his Discord, the left camp meme. He says, "My father was never around." This is Andrew Tate. My father was never around because he was a CIA chess My father was never around because he was a CIA chess grandmaster, and that's why he made me into the strong man I am today. Fathers don't need to be.
Wow, he's got the cadence down perfectly. It's almost like it's true that Sneako is literally just programmed to be like Andrew Tate and every other person around him.
They're like mothers. Men are better. And then Sneako, so true. I was actually just about to say the same thing. W Tate. And then Destiny, add me on Discord. And now I'm upset. Didn't get a counter ratio. But here's why this doesn't make any sense. One, because if you're going to equate Andrew Tate's father to the way Destiny raises his children, Andrew Tate's father was poor. Andrew Tate's father was a chess grandmaster, and he was traveling around the world playing chess to go and make a little bit of money.
I just feel like that can't be true. The only reason, and like maybe I don't really care enough to get Emery Tate. Isn't his net worth like $1 million? Wait, is it really? Is Emery? Oh, that's Andrew Tate's profile. The only reason that I feel like it's weird is like how do you travel around the world and not make money? Actually, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's true. Do you think is he actually poor? That doesn't add up to me that he was a chess grandmaster and he was poor and that's why he had to travel the world. Like he probably did well for himself financially. Maybe he had to travel the world. I mean, the only thing I can compare it to is like fucking WWE wrestling, where these people do travel around the world, to like wrestle and shit. But also, I feel like the infrastructure is a little different, because like obviously they'll help you get to where you need to go for work. But I don't know if anybody would help. I just don't. I don't know if this is. It doesn't make sense to me.
No shot. Lil bro can't really. He must. There's got to be like, he's got to be laughing inside where he's like, fuck. He's like, this. Okay, never mind. I'm rebuilding the bridge with Sneako. I'm rebuilding it. I understand Sneako now. Sneako is on a massive psyop to prove how mind-numbingly fucking retarded all of his followers are. It must be. I don't believe any world can exist where he can make a statement that fucking retarded with that little self-awareness. There is no shot. That has to be a troll statement. Like, his dad was broke because he had to fly around the world playing chess? What? That has to be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. No one man can glaze that hard. There's no shot. No shot.
Master, and he was traveling around the world playing chess to go and make a little bit of money. Like he had a job translating languages for the CIA, and some people like conspiracy like it, but no, there's no conspiracy about that. To be honest, I've asked about it.
Oh, there's no conspiracy because he asked him and he said there was no conspiracy. I like how skeptical Sneako is when the people are on his side. So, this guy who's like imagine if it was any other person, like a leftist, who was one of the largest social media figures on the planet, who had a father that was in the CIA. Do you think Sneako would be like, well, I know it seems sus, but like the guy came on and said that there was nothing sus, so it must not be sus. True. Like imagine any other like left-leaning figure giving that kind of an answer, like Soros told you he wasn't sus and you believed him? Jesus.
He would travel around the world to play chess to make a little bit of money for his children, and he was also there quite a bit. The difference in why it's really stupid for Destiny to equate the way he is a father by playing StarCraft in Miami, being around hoes, and then is because Destiny's a millionaire. You're a multi-millionaire from streaming. That's a job you could do at home with your kid. You could be in this.
I mean, Sneako's not wrong. he's not like I get. He's not really wrong.
This room, playing your games, I'm gaming, and then your son could be over there, and you see, but no, you're all the way in Miami because you want to be f***ing around with hoes, and you don't really want to be a present father.
Pretty sure I could fly hoes out to Nebraska if I really wanted to. I think there were a few girls who came visit me in Nebraska before. I mean, like, if you want to say that I abandoned my son, I guess it's fine, go for it. Like, but I mean, like, to claim that like you have the same amount of career opportunities available to you in Nebraska as you do in other places is obviously not true. I mean, I waited till he was 8 or 9 to move. Like, theoretically, could I have stayed in Nebraska and probably done okay as a streamer? Yeah, probably. I mean, it was a tough decision, but to claim that like just as many career opportunities exist in Nebraska, or you can do just as much from Nebraska, like, I don't think that's the same type of thing. But hey, you know, what do I know? I'm just a streamer of 13, 14 years, you know. Why don't you ever fight the present father?
Nah, here's the thing. If Destiny's argument, and listen, this is not something this is a family matter, but here's all I'll say. As a guy who grew up without a dad, if your argument is like, I wouldn't be successful if I didn't move to Miami, you might be right, but not everything is about being the most successful content creator in the entire world, right? Like, just your kid. What I'm hearing here is like, yeah, I don't really see my kid because I want to make more money. You're beyond the threshold of money that you need to make, number one. Number two, you could fly home every weekend to see your kid because you're rich. Number three, you could live in Nebraska and then you could fly out to Miami or wherever you need to go for work if you want to do that. We're not talking about like, hey, I'm a dad. I'm a shark jumper. I don't know what the fuck that is. And the only jobs there are shark jumping jobs that exist are in Florida. So I moved to Florida to just jump sharks. And that's the only job I can get. Now I understand why you're not in your kid's life. But when you're a streamer who makes most of their or all of their money doing online content where you could fly out to different spots and you could stay in Nebraska and you could do like, oh, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks to your son. That's different. That's fine. I get that. But instead you live in Miami. It sounds like he's not wrong. You know, you're this prioritization of like, you know, I do make $1 million, or I make $500,000 a year right now, but I only make $500,000 a year living with my kid. But if I move to Florida, I'll make $700,000. It's like, okay, you know, he still sees his kid. I'm sure he does, but like, that's the thing is like, why? Listen, I'm really not trying to weigh in on it too much, but you could just live in Nebraska and be closer to your kid and hang out with your kid more. You know, it's your kid. You know, there should be a maximum off time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the wife, maybe the agreement that they have, his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, is set to a certain point. But the way that he's talking about it here, it just seems like he's acknowledging that he could be around his kid more, but he wants to be more successful. And so he decides not to live around his kid. That's being communicated to me through what he's saying. I'm not saying he hates his kid. I'm saying that there's obviously an issue of prioritizing your career more than your kid, and I think that's shitty, you know, especially since like he's not a shark jumper, you know, so there's also Melina. Who cares? I don't care about listen, it's your kid, right? I think his wife has majority custody, sure. And then like there's conversation like, could he get more custody? There's a lot that I don't really want to get into, but you know, the way that he's talking about it probably could be in his kid's life more. But hey, it is what it is, man. At least his kid's gonna have lots of money. So if she wanted to be in Miami, who cares? That's the thing. Like that's not an argument to me of like, well, his wife wanted to be in Miami. Who cares about that? Like, this is your kid. Like, that's the priority scheme, is like your child and then yourself and other people. Like, your kid's supposed to be number one, so I don't care. How do I know he's not a shark jumper? That's a good point, actually. Maybe he's a shark jumper. You know, if the argument's like, well, Melina likes to travel, Melina likes to this, then you shouldn't have married her. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, this is your kid. But I could be wrong. I don't know why we're getting too much into it. I also have a lot of Destiny Glazers in the chat, of course, understandably so. You know, because I introduced you to Destiny, and it wasn't the other way around. But hey, let's just keep moving on. Like, it does seem like a lot of excuses. That's just me coming from I'm a guy that is a single mom that worked too hard, and she loved her kid and never stopped. You know. So let's just keep it in mind.
I mean, it doesn't, nothing like, I mean, like, obviously I talk to my kid, obviously I visit my kid. I think in a week, actually, or in 2 weeks, at the end of the month, he's coming over here for a week again. But like, if you don't live with him directly, like, people are going to say it doesn't count anyway. But of course, they never apply the same arguments to Andrew Tate's dad, who travels to make no money playing chess.
I would too, as well. I would do that too.
Or the fact that, I don't remember what to say. Oh, I mean, or the fact that, like, obviously I still see my kid. It's not like we never talk or never do anything, right?
That's good.
Or the fact that, like, you know, is a military father like an absent father or a deadbeat dad or whatever, or the fact that, like, technically.
I mean, a military dad, if you have to work, is different, right? You don't have to live there, but whatever.
Deadbeat implies I'm not paying anything, ignoring the fact that I bought his mom a house and a car.
Sure, that's probably great. Again, though, but like, what's the difference between you then and somebody that didn't have money? Like, you know what I mean? Okay, let's just move on.
I still pay child support, but I mean, like, it's whatever. Like, obviously they don't care. It's not like anybody's give a fuck about like the health of my kid or anything. It's just like random whatever they can do to attack one person's life, which is, you know, fine, knock yourself out. But
what the fuck? Stop killing me.
I've had conversations with people saying, "Oh, you're making an ad hom attack. You're making an ad hom." All they do is make ad homs on me. That's all they do. All they do is criticize my morality, my decision.
That's true, but that's all you do. People are doing that as a reaction to you doing that to them first. Like literally, you just cry, "Oh, this guy looks like a liberal, so he probably thinks like everyone else. I'm not even going to engage with his argument anymore." You know, that's what you do. So it's gonna be you. Yeah, streaming is a job. You can do it anywhere. Holy fuck.
This is what I do.
it is. I do understand Sneako's point, but it goes into one of my frustrating things. When Sneako says all people do is ad hom me, in a way that's true, but that's because Sneako's like his ideology encompasses like every single fucking part of his life. Like he can't be a man that just talks or does one thing. It has to be everything. So everything ends up feeling like a personal attack. You know, like if you showed on my League of Legends, no, that's a bad example. That would be an ad hom. If you showed on like how good I am at Diablo, that's not like an ad hom for me because it's just playing Diablo. Like the thing that I care about the most tends to revolve around like my politics and philosophy.
Really
Although even that attacking that wouldn't be an ad hom. Necessarily. Actually, I don't even know what the fuck he means by ad hom. I think it's just because he's like a Muslim now, or no, actually, I think it's just because he's insecure. I think he views like every single attack as like an ad hom because every single thing he believes like somehow ties back to some way that he lives his life or whatever. So if I say like you're captive by a ton of bad ideologies, which is true, he's like that's an ad hom. That's not. I don't think that's really an ad hom, but. Destiny, he makes it sound like you could still live with Rachel and Nathan in the same house if you. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's not true. Even when I lived in Nebraska, until I think it was 8, we could never live in the same house. Me and Rachel will kill each other if we live together, obviously.
See, I told you, you're a fucking glazer. That's exactly what they said in the chat. Oh, they would have killed each other. Oh, they would have killed each other if they lived together. That's because you're a fucking Destiny glazer. You already watched the fucking stream, pussy. I'm sure that's true. They can't live together, but it's about living in the same town and being able to be more present with your kid. Again, I don't care. Okay, I'm just saying observations. Okay, as a non-glazer of Destiny. All right, just saying, dude. I'm just saying.
What do you think? Oh, do you think the implication is that I just like ditched the mom and like peaced out when she was like begging me to stay? Do you think that's what he's implying? I don't know. Like these guys don't even like know anything about like relationships or families. Like whether it's I'm not like I don't really usually seriously contemplate his critiques on my lifestyle.
So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna constantly do that shit on me, say I'm not gonna be able to get married, say that I'm a fake Muslim, say that I'm drinking. Say that
fake Muslim and drinking, these aren't like personal attacks. These are things that you're very, very, very public about, that you're very publicly contradicting yourself on, right? Like a more personal thing would be like, why do you shit on Xena whenever you go on every podcast? Why are you too ashamed to say that she's your girlfriend, despite the fact that she stands you like harder than any girl I've ever seen stand a man?
As a girlfriend? That's her? That's Xena? The warrior princess? I thought she was a lesbian, to be honest with you. I wish Lucy Loss was my girlfriend, dude. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm married. What's up, Acrylo?
My entire life. Like, I've never seen a more sad, one-sided like show of affection.
Yeah, they could live in the house on the street, exactly.
That he seems to be okay, like perpetually continuing for the entirety of his online career. And I think that's probably one of the more disgusting things.
Oh, yeah, Sneako taking credit for Xena's work, and she just exposed him. When did she expose him? I mean, that's very normal for women to be very present in a man's life. At least for me, like, my wife is a big part of my success as a person. A lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff and shit like that. I just think that, like, obviously, like, a good man, a real man will admit that and understand that. Like, I've had more balanced perspective on the world, too, since I've been talking to my wife about different things.
I don't know about on a personal level. Like, if we were to mine that would be kind of an ad hom. Although I don't even know if that would be an ad hom because Xena is, like, publicly out there, publicly talking about, like, her undying love and affection, all that shit for Sneako, too. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, what are you gonna do?
Liar, all this stuff. What the f is going on with your life? I called out Aiden today too. Like I could be drinking and gambling. I'm in the gym. I'm actually doing a self-improvement thing. I'm
in the gym. Because you couldn't go to the gym and then drink and gamble, guys. It doesn't happen.
things. I'm actually praying.
She exposed him on Twitter today. What does that mean? Wait, where do I find that? What do I look up?
Working on becoming the best man I could possibly be, so I can raise a family, so I can get married. These things are extremely important to me. So if you're gonna criticize that, what the f are you doing?
What is he working on that's not in the direct service of his career? Because it kind of seems to me like all he's generally working on is like career stuff.
Ironic, Destiny.
This guy.
Thank you for saying on Twitter. What's the name, bro? Come on.
Is one of the leanest people I've ever seen in my life. He weighs less than I do. But he kind of trains, but like. What, for Instagram pictures? I mean,
that is kind of funny because, like, it is true. Like, he's just skinny, right? Like, here's the thing. In the same way that I have a problem with my eating, Sneako has a problem not being able to eat. And so it's like he looks like people who are thinner obviously look more muscular because they're thin. But it's like, what is it? What is that training really doing to pay it off? You know, what is it?
And like that's what it seems.
Xena the Witcher. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, she's verified? How did she expose him? Oh, wait. Holy fuck. I'm sorry for the hold on. Wow. Okay, so let me just scroll down here a little bit. It looks like... Damn, she's going fucking crazy on here. And I created... Is this in her video? Oh, no, it's not. And I created both his servers and designed the layout. Still have the email set up too. So is Destiny wrong, or are you admitting you're a liar? Wow, this is crazy. I shouted you out first for my girlfriends that helped me. I didn't even know what to say, but I'm always here to help you, and I don't need a public validation. Your attention is enough for me. You're not my boyfriend. You are my king. Good girl. Okay, good job.
Your personal life. How do you treat your girlfriends? How do you treat your personal relationships? Because I happen to know personally...
The girls that he's saying that are my girlfriends are not my girlfriends, and they never were.
...that they're your personal life.
Damn, I feel bad for this girl. I mean, on the other hand, I don't feel bad for her because you literally picked a man-child little gremlin baby fucking loser to fucking simp over. So you're kind of a silly goose for that. But damn, how destructive! What a destructive thing! What a destructive thing to hear. The point here isn't about selling the dream. I get that, but the fact that he was claiming he never lied or manipulated any women in the previous stream last night, he says he was never in a relationship or said he was. His stories aren't making sense. Let me see.
I have to say stuff like this, but I never lied about the relationship. That's not what it is. I'm just saying I'm not in a relationship currently. I didn't deceive anybody. I don't deceive the women that I've slept with. I don't deceive women like that.
Damn, he deceived a woman.
I'm not in a relationship anymore.
By the way, not gonna lie, we've all been there a little bit fuckboy wise. I'm not sitting here saying that when I was younger, am any better. I remember being in relationships with girls, and yeah, like we're not together. I feel like a piece of shit for it. I've gotten older now, I'm married, but where I'm like, yeah, we're exclusive, and I would still fuck other girls. That's really shitty behavior, and it really took me until I was like 30 something to go like, wow, that really was shitty behavior. One girl kind of deserved it though. I remember we dated for a little while, and I was a beta at that point. And I drove her up to her school that was like upstate or something like that, a few hours away, and then I dropped her off and everything, and then like she's like, I want to break up with you. After I brought her there, so I was sad. I went home. I was sad. It's actually when they started implementing easy passes, and like because it didn't work well, I ended up getting an extra $50 ticket because I didn't pay a toll correctly because the lines were weird. It was a fucking shit show, but they waived the $50 fee since it was my first offense. I don't know why I'm telling you that much. Anyway, I remember getting back home, and then I went through like my Riz era, right? Like there's this like I remember getting confidence, sexual confidence. When I got that, I started fucking lots of girls. Like I just started going fucking around, and this girl came back home for like a vacation, and we started talking again, and like we started fucking around again. But I was like better. Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that. Okay, shut the fuck up, okay? I never said I was a good person. I've literally been open about how I'm not a good person, but I'm trying to get better. It took me until like probably like my late 20s, early 30s to really realize how shitty it was to do stuff like that. I won't tell you, okay? I'm not perfect. But I've also been poly for a long time, so fuck off. But anyway. I'm flawed. Like, what is this, your first time in the stream? Oh, I didn't know Papa gets a guy. I talk about how I have a dog in me all the time. I'm a fucking animal. And then we started talking again, and she broke my heart before, and now I was like better in bed and shit. So she was like really into, like she was really into it. Like she liked to fuck around with me a lot more. She's like, oh, we should be exclusive and don't fuck other girls when I'm away in school. I was like, sure. And then I just kept doing it. I didn't give a fuck. Damn, I was such a piece of shit. Wow. I remember fucking that girl, or trying to fuck that girl like one day, and she wasn't into it. I was like, okay, so I left. She didn't want to fuck me, so I just left. And then I went to another girl's house and I fucked her instead. That's horrible. Damn. Such a piece of shit. Man, I really like look back at myself. I was not a good. I've always tried to be a good man. I really have been, but like sometimes you're just not. You're just not a good man. Trying every day though. God bless. God bless my wife for reforming me. There's something about men, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting on all men, but men are fucking dogs. Men have to find a good woman to fucking help them get their shit together. It's true. Men need a good man. A man needs a good woman. Unless you're gay, you do you. I guess different. But in general, I think men need a good woman to rally them up a little bit. A good, strong-willed woman. I don't know, because goddamn, I fucking like such a piece of shit. Fuck, where were we? My point is that I don't think Sneako realizes how fucked up it is what he did. And I've been there, so I you know. But this woman seems to have completely devoted herself to him, and he took advantage of it. And then he's like, "We're not even dating," you know. So sad stuff, man. All right, let's keep going with this. This is just her exposing some screenshots, talking about how you're my king, blah 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 blah.
Or personal life.
Yeah, we've already looked at that. Yeah. I'm sorry about that recent post. I just won't get called a liar about being in a relationship, but I was 100% told I was in one all along, publicly and privately. I was one requesting to keep it private because I have OnlyFans. I have OF passed and didn't want to tarnish anyone's reputation. Damn, she went on a whole tangent. I'm not reading that. I do not give a fuck. I do care, but not like basically they were dating and then he lied about it. So that's shitty. And you know, we've all been there. It's unfortunate. You know, but do better, Sneako, for real, man. That's you obviously hurt this girl. But I mean, I was doing the same things at that age. So, you know, maybe he throws good dick. You know, because that's what happens. Let me tell you one thing. I feel like a piece of shit, but women go fucking crazy when you give good dick. And so maybe Sneako just lays it out. Maybe he lays pipe, you know? Because I'll tell you, women fall in love. If you're really good in bed, a woman will fall in love with you. All right? It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Because I've been there, and before I had sexual confidence, where like, you know, we know how that is. Not very good. And then when you do have sexual confidence, you're very good in bed, and you know, it's women like it a lot, and they fall in love with you. You know, so, or maybe it was just some money. I don't know.
Like, so he trains a little bit, but he does it like in different countries and different gyms, so they can like make content for his Instagram. What is he working on like personally? That is like actually like a sacrifice. It's not like in the service of just growing his career. You know? No, but I mean like, and again, like self-improvement, all that is fine. Like that's okay. But. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like everything he does is like in the service of like furthering his career shit. Like even the Muslim shit, which is one of the reasons why I'm so critical of it. Like if he would start talking about the Quran more, or talking about like actual Muslim values, not just the ones that happen to be benefiting him during a particular online debate, I might, I might be,
Dude, why is this guy
I might be
not
more warm to the idea that he's like pursuing a good lifestyle, you know?
Holy fuck.
You are not the same as Andrew Tate's father. You are a multi-millionaire who just plays video games. Get a room in a crib, set up your little factorial bullshit, do your debates, and you know, fuck your dudes on Grindr in the car, and then have your son there. If you're gonna, I'm not gonna say what you should do as a father, but if you're gonna criticize me, let's look at you. That's fair.
Like, meanwhile, Sneako is busy, like, trying to cry to everybody about how chaste he is, about how holy he is, about how well, like, and then meanwhile, he's, like, having threesomes with Fresh and Fit girls. The worst parts of my life are accessible for...
He's probably having threesomes with Fresh and Fit, to be honest. To be real, you know?
every single person to have their opinion.
Destiny also tweeted that Xena was cutting herself. What is, not to be an asshole, what does that matter? What does Xena cutting herself matter? Like, I'm not trying to be rude. It's horrible that it's happening. I'm not, I feel bad for her, but what does that have to do with Sneako? Like, Sneako being a shitty asshole, unempathetic fuckboy has nothing to do with her inability to process that correctly. Like, that's a her problem. Like, what he did was, your mother's a fucking whore. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm not very good at fighting Super Shredder. But, like, her inability to proportionally process information and have a disproportionate response of cutting herself, as horrible as that is, that's not Sneako's problem. It's not really Sneako's fault either. You know, the proportionate response is to eat a tub of ice cream and to be upset and cry, not to fucking sit there and start, Jesus Christ, cutting yourself. So,
you know, which is a little annoying, but at the end of the day, like, for the most part, I think I do okay.
Yes or no? Yes or no? And also, he lost to Nick, so he's upset right now.
Bro, come on with
him
this
being small
fucking
take away
bullshit.
from the fact that he is training, because I don't know if he actually does train. I think that it feels like he goes to countries, he records himself in like the Instagram gyms, and then he posts the pictures, and then he goes on to the next place. Like that's what it seems like to me. Like supposedly he's been training for a year. He's a young dude. He seems like pretty physically like healthy, but I don't know if he's like actually does it. I feel like he just does it for the Instagram pictures, and he goes on to the next thing.
Well, if he's been
right?
training for a year, like maybe he's training for boxing, right? That's not necessarily weightlifting. Like maybe that's a little different, you know. So maybe he just wouldn't look as big because he's not training for like bodybuilding or something. Who knows?
Why did he, when he was looking for a fight so much, why did he avoid fighting the Brandon guy, right? That would have been a perfect grudge match. I'm pretty sure people were offering a lot of money to see him actually do that fight, but he completely ducked it. Why? And then I think in the meanwhile, who was he calling out? Who was he calling out on top of that?
Well, it's because he faked like he made fake sexual assault allegations. Whoa, what the fuck, bro? Don't attack me like that. Against Brandon, like fake threat allegations against him. He's a fucking loser coward. So then, like, what do you want to fight Moist Critical because he felt like he could win? Like that's the only fights he's really going to take, or fights he thinks he can win. Surprised he hasn't challenged Destiny to a fight. That's surprising to me, you know. Sorry,
That he was calling out Charlie, that he's like 2 feet taller than. Like, how does that? I don't know. All of it feels like a performance to me. All of this feels like a performance to me. Like you do it so that you look out on social media, get clout.
Sick of this. I don't know if is that too far? Yes or no?
Chat, W or L?
I said yes, and now people are gonna be able to say no. So it's going back and forth.
I have one life left, guys.
And then I think I got
This is hard.
Did I get the counter ratio?
Can I get
Close.
the?
Chat, we
Did I
need
get
like the
the?
sweet Nick
I like
one.
how we horseshoed back to the lefties now. Did I get the counter ratio?
It's close.
Epic
Like
Keffels
this up.
reference.
It's close without the whatever. Funny how he's so liberal, but he moved to Florida to abandon his son instead of one of his liberal heavens like California, New York. Yeah, the leftists, it's very.
Even his thing. First of all, I did move to California.
Well, he moved. I think he moved to Florida. So mostly. Well, I don't know if it's mostly, but part of it, so that he could talk to. That's where all the red pillars are, right? So you go to Florida now.
I didn't move to Miami initially. I like how he's about to go on a whole tangent because it like proves his point when he doesn't even have the fact right. It's like the exact fucking opposite of. It's literally the exact fucking opposite of what he's about to say. Like what the fuck?
22.
Oh, Destiny thinks he's good at Diablo? Well, how come he wasn't one of the first people to play hardcore Diablo hit level 100 so he can get a statue? Huh?
How like Hasanabi, for example, the socialist communist, lives in a giant mansion in LA, but talking about how we should dismantle the 1%. That we need to give the money to the working
I wasn't
class,
asking you to say W or L in the chat for me. Jesus Christ. Stop fucking ratio L-ing me, you fucking assholes. Oh my god. I have like the worst fans in the world. You guys are mean as fuck to me.
His way of giving money to the working class is paying for a chef. Is paying for a Filipino illegal immigrant to wash his car in the driveway.
What is happening?
Is he doing the exact same thing? He's moral grandstanding. Like, yeah, and again, like the moral grandstanding is when he says, I don't typically judge people on their personal lives. The thing, like, if you want to attack me on like grandstanding, you have to find like epistemic flaws or hypocrisies, because that's probably where. So, like for instance, Destiny, you tell people to do good research, but like you're very biased or like you're in an echo chamber, blah blah. Like that would probably be the stuff that's like more relevant than saying like like here's your family life, whatever. Because again, I just don't typically mind people's like personal lives for hypocrisy. I mean, like obviously I'll point out like hypocrisies in your moral systems and stuff, but he views that as like a personal attack. It's not a personal attack to say like here are some things that you purportedly believe, but I think it's inconsistent with that or that. Like the things I just said about like Xena and the threesomes and shit, those would be personal attacks. But I think for a lot of people, either one, nobody sees that difference, and I'm literally the only person on the planet that does, or they're just being intentionally obtuse because they want to pretend that everything is a personal attack or something.
What the fuck?
That's their version. Call Hunter Biden, no. Boxing is haram? Okay, well, I mean, so is music, but just, is boxing really haram? Was Khabib? Is it, so Khabib can do takedowns, but he can't box, and it's haram?
Is boxing
Refresh the ratio? Yeah, you guys need to step your game up on my Twitter. But even then, when it comes to Twitter, for example, and where I don't think I get the credit I deserve, like, I'm still, look at me, I'm trending right now. Look at me!
Okay.
Chris from Rumble, look at all these Rumble people. Bro, trending on Twitter, banned, canceled. Proof that you can. It's not haram. Yeah, I see back and forth about whether boxing is wrong. Trending on Twitter. Still, I was able to pivot pretty well from cancellation. This is a good clip. I'm gonna play this.
So far, our ambition. Look at the most successful humans of all time. They were all ambitious and visionary. Most teenagers are like this. We have our entire futures ahead of us. And at this moment in our lives, our adult life is approaching. So far, our entire lives have been devoted to learning what it takes to become a successful adult. And as a teenager, this is finally right around the corner. We don't have anything holding us back. Kids, rent, taxes, any actual responsibilities. If we put our mind to it, we can become whatever we want in 5 years. But like I said, 80% of us won't. That's how life works. People throw the term selling out a lot. And I believe that if you accept a dead-end fucking job to pay your bills, you're selling out. It's not like you can accomplish your dreams later.
Who's the idiot that thinks that? That's a dumb thing to think. Hey guys, I grew up rich. That's pretty much all that I'm hearing there. Like, yeah, kids are ambitious, and then life exists. I feel like we live in a fucking fantasy world. where we don't understand this or something. I don't get it. Oh, if you work a job to survive, you're just a fucking idiot. Oh yeah, sure. Based fucking like socialism. That's literally like that's what people will say right before saying that communism is based. I don't know what you're talking about.
Later on in life, this is something you can't procrastinate. You actually have to do it. Those conversations you have when you're 40 about what could have been, should have been. You only live once, and no matter what rap lyrics will tell you, that doesn't mean getting hammered out of your mind every Friday.
Hey, I was alcohol pilled back at 14.
Do you want to finish your life with regret? Then just get off your ass and f***ing do something. Getting this far.
Yeah, and you were able to make a bad decision and recover from it because you were rich, undeservedly rich. That's the reality, man. Oh, don't fuck with me, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
YouTube was a dream, and I did it. What have you done? This isn't a rhetorical question. What have you done with your life?
I have more trips coming up. Jack, where do you think around the world you think I should
Guys,
travel?
I was able to do YouTube. My mom and dad made lots of money, so I was able to just endlessly invest that money into YouTube. Okay, cool. What a fucking entitled perspective. I like it when people that have tons of money always talk about how like easy it is to make lots of money. It's always fucking makes me cum, you know? Wait, what is this? I want that. What the fuck? What does this do? Whatever.
Travel too, because we're young and we need more life experience. The one thing that bothers me about getting money young, and especially talking to like people that are older than me, like Zerka and Myron, Sartorial, Tate, is they'll think that people like me, and I actually think a lot of it is Aiden, for example, like people like him make it seem like you don't put in any work in order to get to the point you are. You're just a young millionaire and you become a dipshit.
Yeah, true. I'm sure you put in some work, but a big part of work that you have to put into like getting successful a lot of times is having to do something that you don't want to do while you put in that work. Because you need to sustain your shit, and actually having like, you know, a downfall. Like when you get rich young because you make YouTube videos, you got lucky. Like there was no profound life experience or anything that was going on there. You were lucky, and you invested. You had nothing but time. Like it's the same thing. Like I like fucking, fuck. It's the same thing to people who make a lot of money. I'm not saying you don't work, but it's the same people who make like a ton of money because they happen to be playing Dota or fucking professionally, and now it's a career for them. They got lucky. They were investing in something that they liked to do, and they had no other you know, time impediments. The fuck, my controller's talking to me, and they happen to get lucky. Like yeah, it's something. There's something profoundly different.
Go to Afghanistan, Antarctica. I'm not going to. Antarctica, I will go. Antarctica, I want to go to I have a trip to Colombia planned actually. Cool. India, Palestine. I want to go to all these places. They'll try to undermine the work you do because you like say like you're young and rich, and so everything's handed to you.
Yes.
But
Pretty much.
and that's why I think it's extremely important. Chad, once you
I hate that his view of having a fulfilled life is traveling and money. It feels so backwards. It really does too, and it's really funny to watch because typically, if you're traveling in like a good way, you're traveling as you're trying to meet other people and expand your worldview. But Sneakos has narrowed so much, so it's like he's doing everything completely backwards. Like it felt like when he was like a random kid that was 16 years old playing COD or whatever in his room, it felt like he had a more open point of view about the world or a more expanded point of view about other people. But as he's traveled more and met more people, he's become more narrow-minded. Like this is the way you gotta live your life, and the liberals are fighting against you, blah 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 blah. And it's like Jesus, like what are you doing when you're traveling? Are you talking to anybody, or are you just going to the Instagram gyms and posting like a picture of you, you know, hitting the pads for 120 seconds and then like clicking out, going to a hotel and f***ing a new chick? Like what are you actually doing in these other countries? When you say you're talking to other people, are you actually getting out and like talking to people, or are you and your cameraman going to visit the guy you agreed to do a podcast with and then sitting down doing a show, getting the views, and then like hopping on a flight to go to the next country? Like it's hard. I mean, I would hope I'm sure he's talking to some people. I mean, there must be some kind of like cultural interflow that happens into your brain, like even if you don't want it to. But like, it's so bizarre to me that his point of view about the world has become so much more narrow and closed off as he's traveled to more different places. Yeah, but I don't know. Based on like some of the videos he's posted so far, it seems like he's just meeting people in other countries that already agrees with him. So he has like the illusion of like being traveled. But in reality, like I can message my fans all over the world, go visit 50 different countries.
You know where I want to go? I want to travel to Disney in every country. Fucking what? I've outraged the gods. What the fuck does that mean, dude? Okay, whatever.
Trees and not hear a single different point of view, you know, depending on how you do it. But maybe you're not as convincing as you think, Destiny. Lin Mayo. I'm about as convincing as I think. I don't know what you mean. Like, the problem is I can't compete with ideologies and cults, right? Like the problem is that like the answers that I'll give you, especially when it comes to epistemology, it's not going to be fun, right? Like how do you know? Like most answers I give are like pretty boring. But if you look at most things in life, like most of them are pretty boring. If some guy's got a guide, you know, or got a guide called like Get Ripped in 2 Easy Steps, it's probably not going to be a good guide. If somebody's got like three tricks to losing weight, probably not going to be a very good guide. If somebody has like one book that
3 tricks to losing weight. Stop eating, fatty. That's trick number 1. It will work, but you might develop a different eating disorder. So
you need for all the answers in life, probably not going to be a very good book. If somebody's telling you ignore all the mainstream media and get all your information from Tim Pool, right? Probably not going to be very good information. Like the reality is, like if you want to be like epistemically grounded, and if you want to be like I don't know, like even ethically morally grounded, probably take some decent level of like exploration, some decent level of introspection, a lot of trial and error, a lot of different cognitive tools that we use to be inquisitive about our own minds. But none of it is going to be like as attractive or sexy as talking about the Matrix. That's just a really hard echo chamber to break somebody out of, because the Andrew Tate lifestyle and all these guys, you know, like the Jewish question, all that shit. Like, it feels cool to think that life is a Marvel movie, that there is a big bad guy at the end of the tunnel, and he's the one who's, you know, all of society's ill is going to be blamed on, because that's a very satisfying answer. I don't know if my style of questioning or whatever could ever compete with that, but I don't know if I would try to compete, but I typically don't. This is why I usually tell.
Is Disney that good? Probably not. My wife likes it a lot. You know, I took her there after, like, she was only there when she was like 4, and then I took her there like on our, basically our honeymoon for our wedding. And she loved it so much, and now like we're really into it. She's really into it. It's fun.
People,
you know, we just like it a lot.
Like I'm not here to.
We're simple people.
I'm very rarely am I ever here to like coach somebody through life. If somebody wants a lot of help in life, I'll give it to them. If somebody's truly like, yeah, Destiny, like, can you help me? Blah, 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 like, I'll do it. But for the most part, I don't, because most people don't want that. Most people feel like they have all their shit figured out and they don't want to hear their shit out, which is fine. I'm okay with that.
Destiny, can you help me blow
people
up?
are free to
Like,
explore and do what they want. Like there's shit that I'm still figuring out. So I don't know all the answers, except for how to f your mom in every single style possible. I know all those answers. Would you actually help someone out who's like that with you 24/7? It seems like needy people like that would be exhausting. Well, no, I mean, like if somebody asks me legitimate questions, like I'll usually try to provide like guidance or a perspective or whatever. But like most people don't. Like I'm not going to be like having like Sneako doesn't care about my perspective of the world. It's not sexy enough for him, right? It's not like influencer ready. It's not made for TikTok. It's not digestible in 30-second clips, and it doesn't leave you feeling immediately good and empowered the second you walk away. Like any journey requires a level. I'm going to be abusing the epistemic for a long time. I'm sorry. This is like my new buzzword. Like to epistemically humble yourself is a really shitty process. It doesn't feel good to be like, maybe the things that I believed were wrong, or maybe my ideology that I had before is flawed, or maybe like the answers to the world are a little bit less satisfactory than I want, or maybe there are some news sources that I've listened to that have lied to me. Like that's not a good feeling, right? It's not a good feeling for me even. It's not good to say, like, yeah, you know, the New York Times or the Washington Post do get quite a bit long. That's not cool. It doesn't feel good to like have mainstream media write lies about you. It doesn't feel good to admit that like, yeah, you know, I used to be super progressive and some of these people are crazy. It doesn't feel good to be like, you know, the research said this, but now it actually points to something different. Yeah, those things don't feel good. It feels way better to be able to say there's a conspiracy, there's a rigging, there's a matrix, there's a machine, there's a deep state. Like those things just feel way better. You get in your echo chamber, you just, you know, everybody resonates the same points of view. And then even the things, this has always been one of my big criticisms of Red Pill. Even when they give you harsh truths, they're not actually harsh truths at all. Usually it's like empowerment that's just disguised in a kind of a mean message. Like a Red Pill message or any harsh truth is never actually like, oh, this is like a really rough way of the world. Usually it's like disguised to be empowering as well. Like, oh, like, you know, you're not shit unless you do something for yourself, or like, you're not gonna be able to make it unless you take control of your life, and like, you know, nobody's gonna help you unless you do the blah. Like it sounds like a harsh truth, but
my one I heard was, you're not gonna make it unless you move to Miami away from your kid. That's the harshest truth ever. And now I'm actually divorcing my wife so I can move to Miami so I can be successful. Because fuck a family. I'm just fucking busting chops.
Most of the messages are empowering and actually feel like really good. I think that's why people gravitate to them so much. But you know, hey, who am I to say?
Are able to start a business once you're able to become financially independent and you can do whatever you want. I think it's important to put yourself in difficult situations and immediately avoid degeneracy. I think it's
the problem with putting yourself into difficult situations once you're rich is that situations aren't difficult anymore because you're rich, right? So like putting yourself into what? Like what's the difficult situation? Not drinking or whatever? Life is just easier when you're rich. Like situations aren't that difficult. Difficulty is proportionate to how much of an ability you have to recover from what you just experienced, right? So if it's not really difficult to deal with whatever fucking problem that you're having, just fundamentally speaking, because you're fucking rich, then like, you know, like that's a factor too. Something that people need to consider.
It's
like,
not,
epistemic is relating to knowledge itself. Okay. I'm not going to Google it because I don't care.
The way that he refers to other lifestyles, how are you going to call other lifestyles degenerate and then accuse other people of moral grandstanding? The word degenerate almost begs a version of moral grandstanding. Degeneracy begs the idea that you know better than others how to live. Degeneracy begs that you are on a high ground compared to people that live in another way. How could you call anything degenerate and then say, are you high grounding me? Like, it's so silly. It's all like virtue signaling and optics points, right?
Ideally, you would never ever be a degenerate, but I think most men need to get it out of their system. Just that's the reality. But I think it's good to do it in your like late teens, early 20s. You do the partying thing, you get into a couple fights, you fuck some girls, you have a problem, maybe you catch the clap. You know what I'm saying? You go through those experiences, you go through a breakup. I think when you're 20,
I don't think you need to do all that, but like, yeah, you should get it out if you have it in your system. I get that, sure.
21, I see so many guys like this. They obsess over a woman. Do you guys know? Type of one of you know a guy like this in their early 20s. They get into a relationship that they're obsessed with this girl nonstop. Type of one if you know a guy like this, or if you're a guy like this.
Yeah, I know.
And then nonstop, you're just always fiending about this girl. You're always texting her, you're giving her all your energy, you're always buying her gifts. That girl ends up consuming your life because you want to make her happy. And then you get out of that, and eventually you realize maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes 2 years, maybe it takes 3. You realize that you...
Wait, is that true? Sneako was on Heel Mike's stream, hanging out with and holding hands with some OnlyFans girl in her underwear 2 days ago. Wait, bullshit. Linker, I don't believe you.
cannot make a girl happy. You can't make anyone happy. Someone has to be happy, and you need to be happy, and then you compliment each other and make each other happier. You cannot make somebody happy. In your early 20s, you get in a relationship with a girl who's upset, who's psyoped by TikTok, who's on birth control, and she's always hormonal, and she expects the world from this one guy, and he ends up consuming all of his energy, pouring into her.
Like, listen to how bot that advice is. Like, imagine you're trying to go to some dude. Like, the real people, the real victims here, the people that take Sneako's advice seriously on fucking anything, right? Like, what's wrong with my girl? Well, she's been psyoped by TikTok, and she's on birth control, so her hormones are crazy. Like tell me you've never been in a relationship and had any real problems in a relationship without actually saying it. Like, what is that? That's what you think problems in a relationship are women that have been psyoped by TikTok? Like, what?
I mean, people in general have a really bad relationship with social media for sure, but most women aren't. Like, he's referring to OnlyFans girls and shit. No, most women aren't like trying to do fucking OnlyFans. It's funny though, because I had a girl in here the other day, and she was, I guess a few months ago, she's like, Papa, got all my friends are making OnlyFans, and they're like making money off of it. Should I make one? And I was like, you can if you want, but you should probably just like focus on getting through school and shit. It'd probably be a little more functioning for you. And then now she's talking about how like none of her friends are making money anymore, and she just like got her like graduated college or whatever, or she finished graduating or something like that, or she's just like in a better place than them. So it's kind of funny.
Do you think he's gonna give her a big speech about how degenerate and unethical her lifestyle is?
I think school's out.
Why you seem proud of that? I'm gonna bring the queen here. Who's the queen? The queen, 1 million so people. What's that?
He's pretty autistic, he might.
Whoa!
It's okay, refuse to shake their hands. Wait, didn't he?
It's okay, but what do you have an attitude about?
I don't have an attitude.
Like, and it's so, it's cringy because I can see it. It's cringy because I can see it. Like, it's just like, this is like every young man's dream is validation from women. The most important thing to an insecure man is the approval of any woman in the room, right? So that's why anytime these guys, it's always gotta be like, please, like, come near me, like, promise you, like, trust me. More than a Bugatti, more than $1 million, what insecure men desire more than anything else in the universe is the approval of any woman ever.
Then who's more attractive between the two of us?
Zerka?
Zerka? Why is Zerka more attractive?
I don't know, he's my type. You?
What's your type?
I mean,
White and incredibly racist. I don't know.
just my type.
What? No, this is the content. This okay, but what's your type?
I mean, he's
A man.
a man.
So what am I?
Dude, that's funny. Kind of true though. Sneako really is just a little boy. And I know he's insecure about it because I remember he was talking about, I think it was with Young Don like a year ago, and he was talking about one of the reasons why he feels like black people like the bully Asian people. This was what he was saying. And part of it is that he said something along the lines of that he feels like Asian people are perceived as weaker because they look more feminine. I didn't say that. That was his point. That's the point he was making. I think that Sneako struggles with that. The reality is Sneako just can't gain weight. He could. He just doesn't know how to do it the correct way. Well, that's cool. I like that. You know, that's all he's got to do, bro. You just gotta do that. You know.
Why?
It's just not my type. That's it.
Why am I not? Wait. Why am I not your type?
Because he looks like my type. You just didn't look like my type.
looks
Like,
young.
I mean,
Young.
I like big guys. You know.
Okay.
You are different.
I'm different. Wait, how tall are you? Okay, what do you mean big guys?
No, she's talking about Asian penis syndrome.
What the?
Damn. But anyway, yeah, he's feeling really insecure about it. Like if somebody just doesn't attract you, just who cares? Just move on. It's really not that big of a deal. But he's feeling some type of way about it. Woo! That was cool as hell.
You talk about small penis all the time. What are you talking about?
chill,
Wait, how tall are you?
chill.
Stand up next to me. Are you even like? I can mock you just for the fact that he's big. Wait, stand up, stand up.
You see how the shirt fits on him and on you.
It's just this shirt. It's just this type of shirt.
Whoa,
Usually, if I had
I
a,
didn't tell it's bad. It's just.
Hey, he's saying go shopping.
Damn, he's getting fucking cool.
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the content. Now the chat's gonna be like, oh my god, that's tough. Sneako's crying. It's gonna get clipped. That's better than the millennial. Oh, what do you think about Stalin?
Wow, that's so funny. Wait, so Sneako is feeling really insecure because this woman doesn't find him attractive, you know, which is a normal thing, you know. And so he kept harassing her to get the answer, and his excuse is, "Oh, I just wanted to do it for content." But the reality is he's hiding behind the idea that this will will be a super big viral clip, when realistically he's just kind of upset and wants to feel justified in pushing the question without feeling dumb about it.
Huh? You said that I need a lot of patience to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to know, you know.
Okay. What's difficult to get to know about you?
You want the wine? Give me the fucking keys.
Why?
I don't know.
What's your roadblocks? Let's break them down.
Sneako, you just visit.
How do I avoid that feeling? Start fucking your mom, and then you don't need any other women. Oh yeah.
Ooh, we got him.
And then when our channels were dying,
What is this?
Where did everybody go?
I don't know.
I said anything.
You like teenagers?
I love them. How old are you?
Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but in Islam, isn't there no purpose for single women and single men to ever hang out with each other unless it's on like a sanctioned like date? Like, aren't men and women supposed to be socializing in different areas, or is that just only like a fundamentalist point of view? Does anybody know?
I don't.
I thought that in Islam it was considered, I don't know if it's haram or not, for like men and women shouldn't be going to social functions together. Like, did this guy, like, it's almost like Sneako.
Dude, what the hell?
It's almost like Sneako converted to being a cultural Muslim.
Do you think it's okay to be disappointed that somebody doesn't like you? Yeah, or doesn't find you attractive? Of course, it's okay to be disappointed. But like we were saying before, is like how do you process the disappointment in like a proportionate way? Like we talked before about apparently that girl that like Sneako was like a shithead to, and then said wasn't actually dating, even though he lied to her and said that they were dating in private. She got really upset and she started self-harming.
Silabite became.
Hey, thank you so much for the small gut. That's obviously like. What Sneako did was wrong, but it wasn't proportionally wrong to cause that to be the outcome. And so, like, it's really not Sneako's fault that she's going that far, but she has the right to be upset. Same thing in this case. He has the right to be upset, but to constantly push her is just because, like, he's deeply insecure. Right? Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, he can't just take it like, oh, are you attracted? Oh, no, I'm not really attracted to you. Okay. That's all it had to be, but it turned into, like, an entire thing because he's insecure. Right? Like, that's the whole... This fucking sword gun thing is awesome as fuck. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like that's what it comes down to. He's insecure.
Is that a thing?
I like Shredder's
Can you
Revenge.
do that? Is that possible?
Oh wait, hold on. We gotta...
Like it's so cringe, but I don't know. Sorry. Please tell me more about our degenerate lifestyles, my friend.
To make her, to try to prove to her that you're a good guy. And
she seems crazy enough. She worships him. Yeah, I guess. But like, I mean, he's egotistical and wanted that worshiping. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. She might have been kind of crazy. It's not like he didn't realize it. You know what I mean? I mean, I fucked around crazy women too, and it's like you don't think it's a big deal, but like they go fucking, they're crazy. You know, you kind of have to just start of learning. But
you can't do that.
It seems like he promised that they'd be in a
relationship. The best way to realize you can't do that is to go through it. Elon tweeted, "Yeah, I want to check that out." You guys know what I'm talking about? I know so many guys in their 2021 and they're going through that right now. I would say Salim just kind of got over that. Steezy's kind of getting through that now. I went through that. And then you use that heartbreak. And what's a really defining moment in a man's life is figuring out how to pivot and become better after that. Because one, you can go down or incel rap. That's when Morpheus actually offers you the pills. You can take the black.
He kind of did go down the incel one though.
Hit pill, be doomed forever.
Well, I guess
Red
he's not.
pill,
I guess he's not
filled
involuntarily
with rage,
so,
and then eventually accept
girls,
God. Blue pill, you can dye your hair blue, and then just become an absolute degenerate and start opening up Grindr. But that's a really defining moment.
Is this a thing that like Destiny did? Did he like download Grindr or something? Is that why Sneako keeps bringing it up? See, that's why you can't let him into your private thoughts, Destiny. He's telling you that he's outing you for downloading a gay person's app, and that makes you a bad person according to Sneako's ideology. So you have to be careful with that, you know.
And it takes a while to get over. So I think you should get that over in your early 20s, late teens. But then once you get over that, really focus on what you're supposed to do. So once you get over that,
it's just so crazy when babies give advice about life. Like, I'm not trying to be fucking rude, but Sneako is a kid. Like he still acts like a kid. Like he's a kid. He's not really respected as a man. And so it's like you're giving advice that you don't even understand anything yourself. Like you had like the fast track to success. You got lucky, and you didn't really have to fight for anything in your life. The biggest like oppressive moment in your life was getting banned from social media, and then like immediately not having any real impact, still being able to pick it yourself up, like not even true accountability, not actually having to like work through it. You know, I got banned on TikTok when I was really successful, and like it took effort to get back to like a comfortable spot, you know. But this motherfucker, like it's just like you haven't really earned anything, you know. Woo! What did I earn? What the fuck? It's crazy.
And I really want this for everybody in the chat watching. I don't just want this to be a stream where we're doing bullshit. Once you're able to start your own business, you have employees, everything is running for yourself. You're actively making income. You're always working.
Like, this is like the most like, I feel like I'm listening to ChatGPT advice right now, right? Like, okay, if you have a girl and you're obsessed with her, you're gonna take some time and get over it, and then eventually you'll have a business with some employees and find God and don't be an incel. And like what is the advice here?
You need to put yourself in situations where you can experience life more and you continue to grow even though you're rich. Because a lot of the process
now the advice for rich people
to get better is going through hardships and going through struggles. And if you become rich early, if you become a millionaire in your 20s, it's going to be difficult because of the temptations everywhere. Now you're rich, girls want you. You can easily not work.
Thank God for that.
Oh, so now I understand. This is so basically what he's saying is that temptations aren't. Okay, I'm a fucking asshole for dying. The temptations aren't the problem, guys. It's that they get in the way of success. So once you find success, you're allowed to be what he considers a degenerate. That's what I'm hearing him say here.
If you become rich early, if you become a millionaire in your 20s, it's going to be difficult because of the temptations everywhere. Now you're rich, girls want you. You could easily not work.
Thank God for that huge swath of Sneako's audience that is rich. Please tell me. Okay, once I'm rich, how do I avoid becoming a bad person? Please tell me.
And you could become a degenerate. You don't need to focus on the traditional ways that men go through the rite of passage of becoming made men. And so I'm at this, like, I make money. And so what do I do in order to continue to mature and become better every day? So by the time I'm 30, by the time I get married and want to have kids, that I'm a competent man who hasn't been taken advantage of my whole life. Because you know all these NFT guys, Tate talks about this all the time, the DNGs, the dorks. I've met a lot of these people, like these NFT crypto guys who make millions and millions and millions and millions.
You're that guy. What are you talking about? Like, that's all you used to plug was like fucking NFT crypto bullshit. What the fuck is he talking about? He has to be trolling right now.
Millions of dollars, and they have no idea how the world works, and their reward systems are so messed up because everybody wants to be around them, not because of anything that they offer, but because of the money that they have. And so you want to be able to avoid that problem and not get taken advantage of. Rawfridge, thank you for the 10. Big respect, Sneako, 27 years old, living in northern Jordan with 2 wives and 6 kids. That's what that's what I'm talking about. W. Rawfridge, 27 years old, living in northern Jordan with 2 wives and 6 kids. 7th on the way. Come visit. We'll show you around, brother. Mashallah. I want to come.
Incredible.
I want to come to Jordan. How the fuck do you manage that? 2 wives and 6 kids. That's pretty ideal. 4 seems like a lot of work. 2 or 3.
Bro, you don't even manage 1 correctly. What the fuck?
It would make it closer to Allah.
Why don't you start with 1 and work from there?
So yeah, I want to continue traveling, seeing the world, and doing all the things and that's why I think it's important to do things like fighting and training and putting yourself in difficult situations.
Cool.
Am I looping? I'm looping, chat. Okay.
What do you think Sneako will be in 5 to 10 years? I don't know. It depends on which other man is popular on the internet at that point. How do you avoid having a rational thought process captured by ideology? It seems like that's what's happening to Sneako.
He'll be like Tucker Carlson in 5 to 10 years. That's what's going to happen. He's going to fall in love with him.
I don't know. We should like make a video on that at some point. Oh, I posted something in my chat asking how people got out of their echo chambers. But when I was reading through the responses, it seemed like I don't know how many people were like actually legitimately stuck in echo chambers versus were just like kind of in.
Yeah, Lord, people were just sensationalizing their problems. They're like, I was stuck in an echo chamber. I watched a couple of Ben Shapiro videos. I was part of the alt-right pipeline. It's like, were you, or did you just watch a couple of Ben Shapiro's videos? Was it that deep? Probably not. You know what I mean? I escaped the alt-right pipe. Like, I'm sure it exists, right? But a big part of it is liberals canceling people and not actually providing room for intelligence or growth, mostly because they don't even understand their own ideologies half the time because it's just like the status quo, and so it's easy to agree with them. They're not necessarily wrong or anything. I'm just saying it's not well defined for a lot of people. Anyway, the point that I'm making here is that people will like sensationalize their problems and act like they're like, oh, I was part of the alt-right pipeline because I was kind of edgy as a kid. And it's like, where is that the alt-right pipeline being kind of edgy? Or is it like, you know, really, you know, is it something a little bit more profound than that? You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Sorry.
Just like didn't have access to much information. You and Sneako do a live debate today. I mean, maybe if he wants to, but there's just not much to debate. Like he doesn't have much. There's not much like going on there. How did did Force end? I'm trying to figure out how did Quinn die when he was in one of these bubbles at the end. I'm so curious now. For me, it was hitting rock bottom emotionally. It forced me to in a position to reconsider what I believed and why it wasn't working. Yeah, I think in the paper I read, they talk about something called like a total social. I think it was a total social epistemic reboot, where somehow what a person has to do is they have to say, okay, I'm gonna start from a position of resetting everybody to neutral, but trying to figure out like from here, like let me read a bunch of things and see who I trust and like move in that direction. But the problem is that like, especially when you're in an echo chamber, you have a lot of assumptions that are built on a lot of assumptions that are built on a lot of assumptions. So even if you think you're resetting everything, like somebody like, okay, fine, fuck it. I'm gonna read Fox News and I'm gonna read CNN and I'm gonna see what's up. Like there might still be a lot of things working underneath the hood that are still kind of like poisoning your thought process, right? I think the guy in that paper talks about Descartes' Was Meditations, was that the book where he did the, like, I think therefore I am, like trying to peel back like all of these like fundamental assumptions that have kind of like poisoned all of his other thoughts or whatever? This sounds like something only 0.1% of humans ever can. Like, yeah, it's really, really, really hard. I imagine it's very, 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 very difficult. Difficult to almost impossible. Is Amy the next bridge burning?
Amy?
Yeah.
What are the odds that he has actually done the crimes?
I think close to 0%. I
Close to
believe that he is
100%.
innocent. I think when people cannot control you, they will try to control the perception of you. And that has been evident many, many times throughout media. We really don't need to look for too many other examples to see that this has happened. I do agree with what you said. For sure, maybe there's some questionable things with the webcam business, but conflating that with real human trafficking is spitting on the faces of the people who actually suffered at the hand of that terrible affliction. You cannot conflate.
No. He probably did it. Let's just be real. So.
Well said. Well said.
Very well said.
Yeah.
For a lot of these things, it's literally just, and I do this every time I have a conversation with people, and I think almost all of them have crumbled. It doesn't matter what you think trafficking is or what you think trafficking, like, we just need to look up, here's the definition of human trafficking. Does it count as human trafficking? And then you're done. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of people have like personal feelings about what they think should or shouldn't be human trafficking, but I mean, it doesn't matter what you think it should or shouldn't be. Ooh, bro, my factory takes forever. You actually have to buy tickets?
Hey, Tregan, what's up, buddy? Wait for that.
Like, a lot of people think it's only human trafficking if
Tregan Films.
A lot of people think it's only human trafficking if you're like capturing somebody with a.
Back on YouTube.
Yeah, I experimented with the Twitch for a little bit because I got that like 1-day ban before they overturned it, and I think I like the YouTube audience a little better. I'm thinking about streaming on Twitch a little here and there just for games and stuff, but
fucking gun or some shit,
Just
or
to
like beating the shit out of somebody. Yeah. Doesn't this go back to the whole discussion about Tate and counter arguing an entire worldview? It seems hard to do that unless you can counter like 50 different consistent beliefs backed by anecdotal evidence. I mean, it's hard for sure. It's hard. I don't know a good way out. I got really lucky in that for whatever reason, well, but I could be in an echo chamber now and just not be aware of it. I think I through a lot of luck, I think I discovered very, very, very good epistemic practices when I was a teenager. This was like here were a couple things that happened. I went from being very Catholic teenager? To gradually becoming an atheist. And on my journey from Catholic to atheist, obviously there's a whole bunch of metaphysical, ethical, and epistemic things that you leave. Your understanding of the world, your understanding of ethics, your understanding of truth, right? You lose a lot from going from being religious to atheist. So I started reading, and I got a friend recommended me. I believe it was the short story Anthem, the guy that discovers the word ego at the end, and then it was Atlas Shrugged with our brave hero, and then I think it was a couple other random writings of Ayn Rand and objectivism. And Ayn Rand and objectivism was like, I was fully 100% bought in immediately. It was like, oh my god, enlightened self-interest, capitalism is like the best, this is the most base shit in the world, holy fuck. I was completely and totally captivated by this ideology. But then what happened was I realized after, I think like 6 months, I paused for a moment and I was like, man, I'm only like 17, 18, and I haven't spent a lot of time in the world. And I feel like...
Super chatted $1.99. Sweet. Any updates on the strikes?
Yeah, they overturned it. It was so weird. Because like I was saying before, or like last time, I got the ban because I got the strike because I reacted to the Destiny Sneako video, or excuse me, Destiny Nick Fuentes video. And because like something triggered up because like, the reason he was banned from Twitter, I don't feel like saying it again and then like having to go through the whole process and potentially. But there was like an automated system picked up like a couple of words that were said and instantly gave me a strike, banned me. I appealed the strike. It got instantly, like pretty quickly rejected. And then I messaged on Twitter and I messaged through the YouTube system like, hey, I got the strike. I feel like it's really unfair. Here's my whole case, blah, 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 blah. And the person that responded to me on YouTube was really nice. And it seemed like they actually cared about what was going on. I don't know if it was necessarily true. And then I messaged him on Twitter. I gave him the whole thing. I explained it out and whatever. The next day, or after I got out of my stream, I decided to stream on Twitch for that day because I didn't want to like sit down and sulk and like not do anything. So dude, these things are cool as fuck. What the hell? Anyway, okay. So then I went to Switch. I didn't want to sulk. I did some content, whatever. I came back and I looked at my channel and they lifted the ban. So like, oh, cool. Like, that's awesome. They pulled a strike. I looked in my email, and in my email it said like, we're not going to overturn your strike, which means that the person I talked to, on YouTube couldn't help me. They're like, we don't reverse the peels that you made originally. Okay, so that was weird. And then I guess it was Twitter, because on Twitter they must have done it. But the Twitter never like said sorry for the false strike. It was bizarre.
Oh, I also read The Stranger by Camus, and then we had to read I think it was Cat's Cradle and Slaughterhouse 5 by Vonnegut, and I think there was one other guy that we read. I read a lot. My AP English 4 class was insane. But everything they said, I was like, oh my god, like Camus and absurdism and like the Sisyphean fucking rock, like 100%, the Vonnegut and all this like crazy, like all of this I completely totally bought into. And after a moment, I took a step back and I realized, you know, because I'm young, if any sufficiently educated philosopher writes me anything, I'd probably just believe it, because I'm a young person and these guys spend their whole lives like practicing their philosophy. So if I'm gonna tread in any new philosophical waters, I should probably tread with not just a lot of humility, but a lot of caution as well, rather than assume that everything a person is saying. And for some reason, like I figured that out really early on in life, and that has like stuck with me very hard, that like I need to have some fixed internal rubric or schema by which I decide what I think is good or bad in the world, rather than just like I read an author like, oh my god, I believe all of this, because it was very easy for me. In the course of like 9 months, bro, I bounced between so many authors, like, oh my god, this is the best shit ever, I believe this, and oh my god, I was like, okay, yeah, fuck, I can't, like, and then I realized like I'm actually a fucking child, I'm fucking retarded. So yeah, I don't know. Unless the last thing you heard was Destiny, then believe me. Sneako isn't shredded nor ripped, he's just skinny. I think he's pretty shredded. I think he seems very lean. Like if you look at his pictures, he doesn't look, I don't think he looks like, he's not like skinny fat. I don't think I would say that at all. I think he looks relatively lean, at least from the IG stories and shit I saw.
Ooh,
gang. Ice cream, yummy. Dude, doing that for like an hour seems to be excruciating. Holy fuck.
All right, well that's that video.